World Defying Dan God Chapter 4681, The Way of Taking the Soul. Zhang Xiaoshuai's brain is running fast, weighing the pros and cons of cooperating with Chen Shang. His own analysis is like this. According to his current understanding of Chen Shang is wanted. He is from Wanzhou Mountain. He has a strong escape ability and can instantly release a very clever barrier. As for the strength, Zhang Xiaoshuai could not judge yet, but he believed that Chen Zhang's strength should not be weak, otherwise he would not dare to sneak into this place. Zhang Xiaoshuai analyzed his situation and found that he is a blessed bag. Because he does not have a backing, he will never be able to get ahead in his life. Even though he is talented, he does not have enough resources. No one pushes him behind his back. It's hard to get up. In the realm of the sky, there are not many talented people, and those who are able to get ahead are those who have backers, or those who were born in a family. If he wanted to jump to a higher level, he really had no choice but to take risks. He had stayed in Infinite City for so many years, and he had worked very hard, but there was no hope at all. The manager who came just before didn't know much about the soul field, but he was in a high position because of his fate. For example, in charge of the cultivation of soul food, it is also because the backing is large, so he just took a share of the fertilizer. Brother Shen, what is the plan you are talking about? How big is the risk? Will it kill me? Zhang Xiaoshuai asked. He planned to see what Chen Shang was going to do first. As long as you listen to my plan, you will have no retreat. Chen Shang smiled. So you can only accept it. This. Zhang Xiaoshuai hesitated. Don't look forward and backward, you can't do big things like this. Chen Shang said again. You are dead now, it is better to fight with me. If you win, you will be prosperous and wealthy. Okay. Zhang Xiaoshuai gritted his teeth and shouted fiercely, I'm messing with you. Then let me ask you first, I followed two people here before, and one of them is the manager, right? Chen Shang asked. Yeah, the other one is the manager's entourage, who is also very strong. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. I will kill both of them, and then I will be the manager, and I will arrange another person to be a follower. Chen Shang said. After success, I will be able to take over these soul fields and so on, and you will be able to follow me up. After Zhang Xiaoshuai heard this, he was frightened. He originally thought that Chen Shang just wanted him to cooperate, and then steal some soul food or something, but he didn't expect that Chen Zhang's ambition was so big that he would directly become the manager. Zhang Xiaoshuai was shocked, and Chen Shang called him a few times before he came back to his senses. Big brother Shen, the operation is too difficult, right? The manager is very strong, how can you kill him? Especially the entourage, that is, the strong one who protects the manager. The strength may be higher than the manager. Zhang Xiaoshuai wiping the cold sweat that was frightened, he shook his head again and again. I don't want to kill them, just catch them. Chen Shang waved his hand and said, yes, how is this manager? If he is good, then I will let him go, and I will find another manager of the medicine field. Quote, he is bloodthirsty, every time he comes, he has to kill some mortals for fun. Zhang Xiaoshuai said, we raise mortals to wait for mortals and then collect their souls. Such souls will be of higher quality. Quote, I thought you would kill people directly to obtain souls, but I didn't expect to use this natural way to obtain souls. Chen Shang was a little surprised. Killing people to get souls, that's what Wanzhou Mountain can do. Zhang Xiaoshuai waved his hand. Wanzhou Mountain often does this kind of thing, so they are very strong and can afford a large number of holy masters and sages. However, they pass this, the soul obtained in this way will be full of hostility, with a lot of negative energy in it. Chen Shang remembered very clearly that the heavenly sage lord had to madly insult Xie Wuxin before, so that Xie Wuxin's soul was full of various negative emotions. Obviously, the Tao of cultivation on Wanzhou Mountain was very extreme. Many universes in the universe Shanghai were destroyed before, maybe it was Wanzhou Mountain that was harvesting the soul. So are you allowed to kill mortals here? Chen Shang asked. It's definitely not allowed, but what can you do? Mortals, kill them if you want, because in our eyes, mortals are really no different from bugs. Zhang Xiaoshuai said, but, in essence, we and mortals are just the difference in power is just that. Our bodies and souls are countless times stronger than mortals, but we and mortals have something in common, that is, human nature. Chen Shang nodded. Normally speaking, if you have human nature, you will definitely not kill innocent people or kill people for fun. Zhang Xiaoshuai said, People like the general manager have lost their most basic humanity. I am many times stronger than mortals, but in the eyes of the general manager, he is very weak, so if he kills me, he will not have any psychological burden, and he does not need to bear any punishment. Chen Shang nodded again. In other words, the manager can kill me at any time. Zhang Xiaoshuai sighed. I am no different from a mortal, so I often stand on the side of a mortal, because I am the same as them. In the face of powerful forces, there is no power to resist. Then we act as soon as possible and kill the manager. Chen Shang said. When will you act? Zhang Xiaoshuai asked. Now, Chen Shang said. The premise is that there are only 2 of them, so that I can easily start. There are too many people, and I need to kill more. I am worried that it will cause more disturbance. Zhang Xiaoshuai immediately informed Chen Shang of the residence of the manager and entourage, and then asked Chen Shang to keep an eye on a Jinjing mansion. Chen Shang put Zhang Xiaoshuai in the 6 Gods Mirror, which opened up an independent space for him, allowing him to stay in it temporarily. This scared Zhang Xiaoshuai again. Big brother Shen, can you hear me? Zhang Xiaoshuai shouted. I can hear you, you are in my storage artifact, it's safe. Chen Shang said. You wait patiently, and when I get the 2 guys, I will let you out. Big brother Shen, do you know? In the domain of Wushan, it is not allowed to have this kind of storage artifact. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. You storage artifact, the space is too big, it will make the domain of Wushan lose balance. Quote. Can the domain of Wushan manage this kind of thing? Can't the storage artifacts be refined casually? Chen Shang doubted. It's really manageable, because refining storage artifacts requires the use of the laws of space. Wushan domain controls the laws of space and has made restrictions, which restricts the storage artifacts of many people. Zhang Xiaoshuai said, you the storage artifact, completely freed from this layer of constraints. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4682, Impersonate. Chen Shang didn't quite understand what this concept was. Why would such a storage artifact make Wushan realm lose its balance? Brother, the domain of Wushan is out of balance. What do you say? Chen Shang asked. He has now come to the outside of the mansion to investigate the situation inside. There were indeed only 2 people in the mansion, the manager and the entourage. Chen Shang still couldn't perceive how strong they were, but he judged based on his breath that the entourage was actually stronger. Let's put it this way. If you raise a lot of people and grow a lot of soul food in your storage artifact, then you can collect a lot of soul food. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. If there are many such storage artifacts, you can definitely raise a lot of people. But, soul food or something, need energy to raise it. Chen Shang said. There is energy everywhere in the realm of the sky, it's the kind of gold crystals. By absorbing the energy of the gold crystals, you can get some energy. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. Through these energy, you can grow a lot of soul food, and after mortals absorb it, he also grows up to hundreds of years old in a healthy way, and his soul will be very strong. How did Jinjing in the borderless city come from? Chen Shang has always been puzzled about this matter. I don't know, there are this kind of golden crystals everywhere in the Wushan domain. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. If you leave the boundless city, it will be the same if you go outside. There are a lot of golden crystal mountains. Chen Shang always felt that these gold crystals were not that simple, and were far less pure than the gold crystal powder he refined through blood crystals. What happens after there are a lot of souls? Chen Shang asked again. The soul can be merged with Jinjing to obtain a kind of highest quality creation power, and by absorbing these creation powers, it can become very strong. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. However, this requires a large amount of soul and Jinjing fusion. That's fine, I don't really know how to do it. Chen Shang remembered that in Wanzhou Mountain, the large amount of red creation power was most likely produced in this way, because the soul source of Wanzhou Mountain is relatively evil, so there are a lot of impurities in those red creation power. What's more, those red creation powers were cultivated through Wanzhou Mountain, and they must be mixed with many other things. The creation power of the heavenless realm should be relatively pure. Chen Shang had explored the Jinjing in Infinite City, but it was still not pure enough, and it still contained an impurity that he didn't understand. He hadn't figured it out yet. Chen Shang had already sneaked into Jinjing's mansion, but Zhang Xiaoshuai in the 6 magic mirror was very excited, because of his huge storage artifact, he had many crazy ideas. After entering the Jinjing mansion, Chen Shang thought he was doing it quietly, but he didn't expect to be discovered. The entourage was really strong. He lived next to the manager's room. After he felt something, he immediately came to the hall. "Who, come out for me," the entourage said solemnly. Although he looked like a middle-aged man, he gave a sense of vicissitudes of life for many years. Chen Shang called out 6 magic mirrors. The mirror flashed with strong light, shining on the eyes of the entourage, and hitting the opponent's soul. The entourage also underestimated Chen Zhang's strength. He didn't expect that the other party would directly attack his powerful soul when he shot, causing him to lose consciousness in a short moment. In such a short moment, Chen Zhang's 6 magic mirrors had already greeted him, shrouded the opponent's head, and released multiple attacks. This guy is very powerful, there are more than 30 soul seas. After the little mirror sensed it, she was surprised. Each of his soul seas has a soul and a strong consciousness. Fortunately, my attacks have only strong enough penetrating power conceal all his soul seas. Just now, Sister Xiaojing used her own soul power to turn the Aoshi universe map into a seal, which directly penetrated the more than 30 soul seas of the entourage, and branded the seal map inside each soul sea, before sealing the other's soul. His soul and consciousness are scattered in all the soul sea. That is too scattered, right? Chen Shang asked. He was also very curious about the role of the soul sea. It won't be too scattered. Because his soul and consciousness have become stronger, and the overall quality is higher. Little Mirror Sister said. For example, brother, you have a triple soul sea, and the total number of souls has 3 strands. As you keep practicing, after you have 30 soul seas, your total soul will become 30 wisps, so it is not scattered. Understood. Chen Shang nodded, then opened the general manager's door. This general manager is too easy to deal with. Although he also has 30 soul seas, Sister Xiaojing said that the general manager's soul has only more than 20 wisps, and has not occupied 30 soul seas, and the general manager's soul is also very weak. Chen Shang quickly took down the manager and the entourage. After the 2 goods were sealed, they were thrown into the space where Zhang Xiaoshuai was. Seeing these 2 big brothers, who were always on top of each other, Zhang Xiaoshuai was startled first, and then shocked by Chen Zhang's strength. Because he knows the strength of the manager and his followers, but Chen Shang is so easy to catch them, it is really terrible. Chen Shang came to the outside of the mansion, took Xie Wuxin in, moved into the big house of the manager, and told him that next they would pretend to be the manager and entourage. Chen Shang pretends to be the manager, Xie Wuxin pretends to be a follower. Originally, Chen Shang planned to explore the memory of the manager and his entourage, so that it would help them understand the situation of the 2 people, and it would be more convenient to pretend to be. But Chen Zhang's soul cultivation is too low, it is difficult to use the Dementor to check their memories. Sister Xiaojing used a violent way to penetrate and seal their souls with the help of the power of the Aoshi universe map, which was different from searching for memory. At this time, Zhang Xiaoshuai came in handy. He is still very clear about the things here. If he is with him, when Chen Shang meets an acquaintance, he will secretly send a voice message to remind Chen Shang that he will no longer be able to wear help. Chen Shang took out some utensils, refined special medicinal materials, and transformed himself and Xie Wuxin's face to look like a general manager and a follower. It's easy to change back, just take a pill made by Chen Shang. In order to look more like it, Chen Shang also extracted the creation power from the master and entourage, and then refined the pill and carried it on his body to release the same creation power aura. Chen Shang also searched for the things on the manager and his entourage, and obtained some of their identity credentials, all of which were tokens. Xiaoshuai, tomorrow we will go to see the soul field that I am in charge of. Chen Shang smiled and said, you must follow me. Yes, manager. Zhang Xiaoshuai also quickly entered the state. Chen Shang was not afraid of Zhang Xiaoshuai telling the news, because Zhang Xiaoshuai was not his opponent, he had several ways to kill Zhang Xiaoshuai instantly. Also, Chen Shang has seen Zhang Xiaoshuai with his mind and eyes, and he is trustworthy. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4683, Xuanyan Gate. On the way, Zhang Xiaoshuai used his divine sense to transmit sound, secretly telling Xie Wuxin something about the soul field and soul food, so that he had a preliminary understanding of it. Xie Wuxin really did not expect that Chen Shang would have progressed to this point so quickly, and it didn't take long for him to become a manager. Zhang Xiaoshuai took Chen Shang and Xie Wuxin to the soul field. The soul field is divided into the outer area of Infinite City. The reason why Infinite City is so large is mainly because there are a large number of soul fields occupying the outer circle of the entire city. Compared with the entire Infinite City, The soul field managed by Shen Shang is not particularly large, with a total of more than 30 million mu. And in Boundless City, there are many such managers, big and small, who are responsible for helping various forces, large and small, to manage the soul field. The so-called soul food planted in the soul field is a half-human flower. This kind of flower is a bit like a sunflower, except that the branches and leaves are golden, and there is a large flower plate, the size of a wash basin, and there are many fruits on the flower pot. The soul field is full of these things, and it looks golden in the past. After the fruit matures, it is the soul food. This kind of fruit is called a crystal bead. It is as big as a little finger and looks like a translucent golden bead. It is soft in your hand and can be eaten directly. Chen Shang and Xie Wuxin ate a big bowl, but they felt that the taste was good, and they didn't feel any improvement. Crystal beads are for mortals to eat. After mortals eat them, they can live a long and healthy life and live for hundreds of years. Xiaoshuai, I overheard your conversation before. I remember that the manager complained that the quality of the soul food was poor. What's the matter? Chen Shang looked at the handful of crystal beads in his hand and said, how can it be considered bad? Big brother Shen, the water we irrigated in the area where our soul fields are located is very good in Boundless City. As long as it doesn't get messed up, we can grow high-quality soul food. Zhang Xiaoshuai looked around and determined that there was no one, and continued, actually, we plant a large amount of high-quality soul food, but they are all contracted by Director Li. Director Li is responsible for planting, and he also manages the granary. He has too much operation space. Chen Shang understood that Director Li bought low-quality soul food and handed in, and then sold the high-quality soul food to earn the difference. Can Director Li be able to conceal such a big thing? Chen Shang frowned and said, is he not afraid of checking from above? Infinite City is divided into many districts. Our district is called Xuanyan District, with a population of 50 million. It is not particularly large in Infinite City, but we have a large number of soul fields, and we have superb methods of growing soul food, can make the soul food grow faster. Zhang Xiaoshuai said. In that case, the souls produced by these mortals in the Xuanyan area under your jurisdiction are of very high quality. Chen Shang said, as he was following Zhang Xiaoshuai towards the granary where the soul food was stored. Yes, the soul quality of our 50 million mortal area is higher than that of the 1 or 2 billion people area. Zhang Xiaoshuai said, and some of us in the Xuanyan sect think that if the quality of soul food is appropriately reduced, it will not be much influence. I understand, now that high-quality soul food is replaced by a bad one, then the benefits generated will be swallowed by some people. That Director Li was sent to do this kind of thing. Chen Shang said nodded. That's it, Director Li has a backing and he can do whatever he wants. The high levels of Xuanyanmen also turned a blind eye to this. If something really happens, it will be our little ones who are back. Zhang Xiaoshuai sighed. Road. In the realm of the sky, it is not allowed to have storage artifacts. Therefore, the storage of soul food requires the construction of a large number of huge warehouses, and the transportation process is also very troublesome. Transportation is responsible for using a large flying giant ship. Chen Shang and the others can now see that there are dozens of giant flying ships above the granary, waiting to load or unload. The crystal bead soul food planted can be harvested in 2 or 3 months, which is relatively fast, so the output is also very large. After arriving in the granary area, there are also many residences here, as well as a small village. That small mountain villa is the residence of Director Li. Chen Shang saw the small villa and said, good fellow, it's more extravagant than my manager. Zhang Xiaoshuai took Chen Shang and Xie Wuxin to the gate of the small villa. After the housekeeper opened the door, he saw that the manager was coming, but he didn't even let the manager in, but said that he had to ask Manager Li first. Although Chen Shang is not the real manager, he is a bit angry, and he can only bear it now. Before long, the butler said that he could go in, and then took Chen Shang and the others to a hall in the villa. In this hall, Chen Shang and the others have to wait too. After waiting for several hours, Director Li walked in hurriedly until it got dark. It turned out to be Master Manager. I kept you waiting for a long time. I was too busy. I'm really sorry. Please understand. Director Li quickly smiled and apologized as soon as he came in. Director Li seems to be a very kind and talkative old man. After seeing Chen Shang, he still asked Chen Shang in various ways, whether the servants left them in the cold, anyway, all kind of politeness. Director Li, I also said it directly. I came here this time just to know why the quality of the crystal bead soul food has dropped so badly. Chen Zhang's tone was also very calm, and sighed, no way, you need one. Statement. Master General, please rest assured, I will definitely give the above a satisfactory answer. Director Li clasped a fist and smiled. Master General does not have to worry about this at all. I promise that in the future, no one will question our Xuanyan district soul food quality. Director Li, this will take you to the trouble. Chen Shang smiled. Since Director Li guarantees so, then I am completely relieved. Master Manager, why not stay here for a few more days? Director Li said, I can also report to you the situation of the soul food. Also, Chen Shang nodded. Finally, Chen Shang and his party were arranged in a small building in the villa. Just now, Chen Shang released the demon soul and was responsible for monitoring Director Li. Sure enough, not long after Chen Shang and the others left, Director Li and the butler were discussing in a secret small hall. Director Li, the above will be checked soon. What should I do now? The butler was a little worried. It's okay, the young sect master will help us settle. Director Li frowned. But, we must do this thing. Since the above has been found, then I have to act in advance. Don't let the young sect leader take action, lest he would say I am useless. Then, Director Li, what are you going to do? The butler asked. Kill the stupid steward tonight, leave everything on him, and then, we will empty the granary. Director Li said, anyway, I will arrange witnesses and prepare evidence, and the stupid steward will carry this for us. The pot. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4684, Sacred Furnace Crystal Beads. Although Chen Shang was not the stupid manager, he felt that the other party was talking about him at this time, and that Director Li's next actions would definitely be directed at him, so he was very upset. He is now using Demon Shadow Divine Soul to eavesdrop. Director Li didn't find out, and he would not have thought that the stupid steward, in his eyes would have such a technique. The housekeeper continued. Director Li, if we want to empty the granary, it will take a lot of time. And the action is not small, should that idiot find out. Don't worry, I will let the stupid steward honestly stay in my villa, and will not let him go out. Director Li smiled. I had a headache before, how can I put him under house arrest? I didn't expect this. The idiot came to the door by himself. Then how many days do we need to empty all the granaries? The housekeeper is also a little excited now, because if they empty the granaries, they are equivalent to holding a large amount of wealth. The young sect master will support me secretly. Director Li smiled slightly. We don't have to worry about this kind of thing at all. After the event is completed, the young sect leader will get a lot of resources, so he will surely be able to sit firmly on the Xuanyan gate soon. The position of the Lord. It stands to reason that the young sect master is the eldest son of the sect master, and he should be the most stable successor. Why does the young sect master make such a trick? The steward was a little puzzled. What do you know? The sect master has 3,000 children. Although the young sect master is the eldest son, he can't stand a strong combination of many people. So he must have an absolute advantage. Director Li said. After Chen Shang heard this, he was secretly surprised that the situation at Xuanyanmen was so complicated. You have to know that the 3,000 children of the sect master are all approved by the sect master. They can only get through the most severe trials of the Xuanyan sect. Those who fail the trials are all dead. Director Li said again. The master doesn't let in some cats and dogs casually. He has so many children, so he never feels sorry for them to die. Yes, the main thing in the door is the continuation of his strong blood. Those weak are not qualified to continue his strong blood. The steward nodded. So, the young master is under a lot of pressure. Because he will be compared at any time. Director Li said. There is not one of the 3,000 children of the master. Understood, said the butler. Arrange a little more manpower and watch that idiot. By the way, arrange some beauties to serve him. Director Li said. Everyone knows the hobby of the stupid manager. Chen Shang cursed a few words secretly. If Chen Shang did not pick up many beauties, the other party would be suspicious. If he did, then he didn't think too much about it. He now has extremely strong control over all aspects of himself, which is no longer the situation it was in the past. The steward acted immediately. Chen Shang thought for a while, and then told Xie Wuxin to block the housekeeper, saying that he was practicing in retreat. Because this villa was safe, he chose to practice here, and didn't want to be disturbed. Xie Wuxin pretended to be the manager's entourage, so he was guarding the door of the small building now. Before long, the housekeeper brought more than a dozen beautiful and graceful women to come. "This is a little bit of our Director Li," the butler said with a smile. "Master, please enjoy it. The general manager is doing an important retreat. He said that this villa is relatively safe and I can trust Director Li, so I retreat here." Xie Wuxin also showed a weird smile and said with a smile, "Wait for the general manager to leave the customs. If so, a dozen of them are not enough. You have to have dozens of them, so let them go back for the time being." "So that's the case, then don't bother. I wish Mrs. Manager an early breakthrough." The housekeeper laughed a few times, and then led someone away. After the housekeeper returned, he immediately reported the matter to Director Li. "This guy is really an idiot. Come to my retreat, ha ha ha." Director Li couldn't help laughing out loud and said, "This guy, knowing that I am a young master, thinks I can trust it, and thinks it's safe here. Now we can act with confidence." The butler also smiled. "I just contacted the young sect master. It will take 2 days before he can send someone over to empty the granary." Director Li said, "Let's close all the granaries now. When the young sect master's personnel arrive, they will be able to move in about 7 days. All the granaries in Kongshuanyan district." After Director Li gave the order, all the granaries in the Xuanyan area were closed. In the middle of the night, Chen Shang quietly left the small village in charge of Li and flew towards the huge granaries. The giant granary, like a large mountain, looks very shocking when viewed from the sky. Although these granaries were huge, they were not covered by 2 strong barriers. Chen Shang passed through the 6 divine mirrors and easily jumped in through space without causing any movement. After Chen Shang entered the granary, it was filled with crystal bead soul food of good quality. "Sister Jing, take it away as fast as you can." Chen Shang smiled. "That asterisk wants to yin on me, hee, I want to see how he picks it up." The space inside the 6 gods' mirror was very large, and it was easy to empty a granary, and then Chen Shang entered another huge granary. In this way, Chen Shang easily emptied hundreds of granaries. According to Director Li's previous estimate, it would take at least 7 days to empty the granary after the young master's fleet arrived. Chen Shang now somewhat understands why Zhang Xiaoshuai said that his storage artifact is against the sky in the realm of heavenlessness and can get rid of many constraints. In Boundless City, there are still many soul fields of large and small sects, which means that there are a large number of granaries. Chen Shang can easily get in and looting them. Chen Shang returned to the small mountain villa, but Director Li did not notice it. He took out the proud god furnace in the room and filled it with a large amount of soul food. He planned to directly refine the soul food into a pill. The soul food is eaten by people, and then the soul is stronger. After the mortal dies, the mortal soul food is collected. Through complex methods, the soul and the gold crystal are combined and refined to obtain the highest quality creation power. Chen Shang believes that the step of mortal souls can be completely eliminated, and the soul food can be directly refined into soul energy. In this way, a large amount of the highest quality creation power can be quickly obtained. Chen Shang now also needs to absorb this pure creation power to cultivate, especially he wants to use this pure creation power to build a new soul sea practice. Only in this way can he allow the creatures of the entire Aoshi universe to have a higher growth limit. While Chen Shang was refining the crystal bead soul food, Fang Qing in the 6 divine mirrors suddenly sent very urgent news to Chen Shang. "Big brother Shen, Sister Leonor said that she followed the heavenly sage lord and went through a spatial vortex to another dimension." Fang Qing said, "Big brother Shen, I can feel that Sister Leonor is very close to me." World Defying Dan God Chapter 4685, Scared. When Chen Shang heard this news, he knew that the Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord had arrived in Infinite City. What he worries now is that the Heavenly Sage Lord will use Kalian and Creation Sages to threaten him and force him to show up. Sword Saint Master and Tianxian Saint Master are both very cruel guys, they can do anything. Chen Shang thought that the Sword Master would come after a while, but he didn't expect to come so soon, which caused him a headache. "Chinger, ask Leonor, who is she following? Where is she now?" Chen Shang spoke to Fang Qing. Kalian is now becoming more and more proficient in communicating with Fang Qing, and can contact Fang Qing anytime and anywhere. Therefore, Fang Qing can get a response very quickly by passing the message in this way. She said to come here with the Heavenly Sage Lord, the Sword Lord, and the Creation Sage. They came to a place called the Infinite City. Fang Qing said, Also, the Lord of the Infinite City received them, and they just in the Sangju's villa in Infinite City. Chen Shang was even more worried, because he remembered that Zhang Xiaoshuai had said that the one who was in charge of Boundless City was a powerful God Lord. How did the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Saint Master get in touch? Chen Shang returned the Aoshi Shen furnace to the 6 God mirrors, let the Aoshi Shen furnace run the incineration crystal bead soul food by himself, and then left the room. Zhang Xiaoshuai was outside. After he saw Zhang Xiaoshuai, he whispered, "Xiaoshuai, the castle lord of the borderless city, is there the Holy Lord living inside?" "Who is the Lord?" "The Lord of Heaven is not the Lord of the city." Zhang Xiaoshuai said, "The Lord of Heaven is the real ruler of Boundless City, because he is very powerful. As for his background, I don't know. The Lord of Heaven is the disciple of the Lord of Heaven. Also very strong. So that's it." Chen Shang nodded, and said, "In the City Lord Villa, there is only the City Lord, isn't it?" "Well, the Heavenly Lord is not in the City Lord's villa." Zhang Xiaoshuai said, "As for where, I don't know." Chen Shang breathed a sigh of relief temporarily, because there was no need to face the mysterious God Lord, but the Lord of Infinite City was also very strong, so he had to investigate clearly, and then find a way to rescue Kalian and the Chuangdao sages. Kalian asked Fang Qing to tell Shen Shang that she and the creative sages are still safe now, so don't worry about them for the time being. And they are also trying to escape from that City Lord's villa. Chen Shang urged Kalian to be careful, and let Fang Qing briefly talk about the situation in the borderless city. After Chen Shang emptied all the granaries in Xuanyan district, Director Li didn't know. And Director Li himself has selfishness, so he secretly went to a granary, wanting to swallow it privately. However, when he opened a small door at the top of the granary, he was completely dumbfounded. He looked down, and it was completely empty inside, with nothing. Not a single crystal bead soul food. Was so clean. You know, it hasn't been a day since he closed the granary. Such a huge warehouse has been emptied to the point that there is not a single grain left. Director Li can hardly imagine what kind of power this is. In his opinion, only the top powerhouses in the Wushan realm have this ability. However, those powerful people simply don't like these crystal bead soul food. Who did it? Director Li thought for a while, and was shocked. It's just a loss of a warehouse. It can be accepted, and it can be accepted. Even if the young master is blamed, it will only be scolded at best. Director Li thought that he would not be severely punished, he was relieved immediately, then he looked at another huge granary and flew over immediately. He landed on the top of the granary, and after removing the seal, his hands trembled a little and went to open the door. His heart seemed to mention his throat at this time. "No, no, no," he muttered to himself, then opened the door, and after looking down, his mind went blank. How come? Director Li was so startled that he sat down with a cry in his voice. He wanted to know which expert he had offended and wanted to play him like this. His neck was stiff, turning his head to look at the huge granaries in the distance, he couldn't help but let out a wailing. Director Li asked himself, if all the warehouses here are emptied, and they are emptied overnight, what kind of power is this? Director Li was really confused, because this was completely beyond the scope of his understanding. These are hundreds of huge granaries. They disappeared overnight, silently. I just opened 2 granaries. There must be one with soul food. Director Li took a deep breath, then flew frantically, and opened the granaries one by one. At the end, he was numb. He only felt weak now, and then his whole body collapsed, lying on the top of the granary, looking at the empty warehouse below. It's over, I'm over. Director Li only felt that he was dying, and he must have offended a terrible person. At this moment, he is like a dying little old man, fearful and desperate. Even if the expert didn't make a move, the young master who arrived a few days later would definitely kill him. Director Li suddenly thought of the stupid manager and wanted to throw the pot on the stupid manager. But this is simply impossible, and Director Li knows this, unless the young master is as stupid as the stupid manager. Even now, Director Li has never doubted the stupid steward. But he still decided to tell the stupid steward about the incident, and he also wanted to see how stupid the stewardess was. Director Li feels that he can't let himself be scared alone, and he wants to let the stupid manager try this kind of fear. Not long after, Director Li came to the small building where Chen Shang and the others were staying. Master General, the sky is about to collapse, so don't practice in retreat. Director Li said coldly. He is now outside the door of the small building, and his voice is not small. Chen Shang quickly asked Xie Wuxin to take him to the small hall. Director Li, what sky is falling? I don't understand. Chen Shang really didn't know, because he didn't think that Director Li knew about the granary being emptied. The granary has been emptied. Director Li said angrily, you don't even know this important thing. You are the manager, this is your negligence. You are done, I am done. Chen Shang was a little surprised at first, but soon smiled and said, Director Li, did you not rest well? How could so many large granaries be emptied? Fool, before last night, I checked every granary and it was full. Overnight, hundreds of huge granaries were emptied silently. Do you know what this means? Director Li roared. It means that a peerless expert made the shot, and we all have to die. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4686, Allegiance. When Chen Shang saw Director Li's reaction, he couldn't help laughing. He hadn't expected that he would scare Director Li into a dog. But in that case, he can only change his previous plan. You laugh, you're going to die, you know. Director Li scolded angrily. When the young master arrives, we will definitely be finished. It's all you hapless idiot, and you brought the bad luck here. Yes, otherwise I wouldn't be so miserable. Director Li, I remember you told your housekeeper before that you want to empty the warehouse in Xuanyan district. You also said that when the young master's fleet arrives, it will be empty in about 7 days. Chen Shang laughed and said, when the time comes, you will create evidence to frame me, and let me take the blame, you will be able to swallow all the crystal bead soul food, right? Hearing Chen Zhang's words, Director Li was dumbfounded and his legs trembled a little. My own plan was even known by this stupid manager. Why is this? Is the granary emptied by this stupid steward? Director Li's heart is like a sea of waves. I don't want to go back, so I temporarily hide the crystal pearl soul food. When the Xuanyan sect sends someone over for investigation, I can also have an explanation, right? Chen Shang smiled and said, Director Li, do you think is it wrong to do this? Director Li was scared silly. Overnight, hundreds of huge warehouses were evacuated without being discovered. How did this happen? How powerful is the stupid steward in front of him? Why do you want to pretend to be a manager? In Director Li's eyes, even the master of the Xuanyan Gate could not do all this. He is also a well-informed person, and he knows that someone who can do this kind of thing must be a top-notch person in the realm of no heaven. Manager, please forgive me. Director Li suddenly knelt on his knees and pleaded with a trembling voice. After speaking, he knocked off his head heavily. The reason why Chen Shang had to suddenly change his plan was mainly because the Sword Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master had arrived. He needs help now. Xie Wuxin and Zhang Xiaoshuai were too weak to help. Director Li's strength is pretty good, and he is also a very cunning person. It is very appropriate to have him help with things. The premise is that he must be able to completely control this person. Chen Shang looked at it with Xinming and knew that Director Li had completely surrendered. This surprised Chen Shang a little bit. He had previously predicted that he might have to use some means to make Director Li completely succumb. He didn't expect Director Li to kneel so fast that he would not react in time. There is no big grudge between you and me. If you can be used by me, it doesn't hurt to keep you. Chen Shang said. Manager, I'm telling you the truth. You are far superior to the young master, I recognize your strength, and I follow powerful people too. Director Li said, although I follow the young master, I am far away from him. The distance. What is the distance between you and him? What do you say? Chen Shang asked. I can't be the right-hand man of the young sect master, and he doesn't recognize that I can be his effective helper. Director Li said, but I am the one who contributes the most. In the future, he will become the Xuanyan sect master, and what I get the benefits are the least. As long as you be a dog for others, you will have some complaints in your heart. Especially for guys like the young master, in order to balance his subordinates, in order to prevent his hands from pulling down gangs, and let his subordinates hate each other, this is also a normal thing. But now, Director Li is directly connecting with Chen Shang. If he recognizes Chen Shang as the master, then he and the master are very close. I really need a helper when I first came here. Chen Shang said. Senior, are you the one wanted before in Borderless City? Director Li just guessed that Chen Shang was not the stupid manager, but deliberately pretended to be the manager and got into the Endless City. Chen Shang just nodded. Director Li's ability to think of this level shows that he is quite witty. Senior, please tell me, as long as I can do it, I can definitely do it. Director Li said. You can call me Big Brother Shen. Chen Shang smiled. My name is Li Xiangtian. After Director Li finished speaking, he knelt down and shouted, see you, Brother Shen. The speed of Li Xiangtian's kneeling and licking made Chen Shang a little sigh. No wonder this person can mix to this point, not everyone can do it. Li Xiangtian's appearance is an old man. It can be seen that he is not young and he is trapped in a bottleneck. This is also the reason why the young master gave up. His body is old, which means that his strength is declining, and when he can't break through, his strength will decay even more. Can you tell the young master's fleet not to come over? Chen Shang said. I don't want to deal with the young master at the moment. Okay, Li Xiangtian nodded, and said, but, Brother Shen, the granary thing. I will return Jingzhu soul food tonight. Chen Shang said. Thinking that Chen Shang could accomplish these things tonight, I was secretly frightened. In fact, he had guessed that Chen Shang had a huge storage artifact in his hand. Not everyone can have this kind of thing, even if there is this kind of thing, but if you don't have a certain strength, you will be backed by the space power of the skyless realm. So no matter what, Chen Shang is a very terrifying existence in Li Xiangtian's eyes. Although he does not know why such a person appeared in Infinite City, he has already determined that Chen Shang is a strong man. Li Xiangtian, I need you to find a way to investigate the matter of going to the City Lord's villa. I heard that there are a few people from Wanzhou Mountain. Chen Shang said. Yes, Li Xiangtian didn't ask much, he agreed directly, and said, please don't worry, Brother Shen, I will definitely get this matter done. If you can, it's best to help me find a way to get into the City Lord's villa. It's not convenient for me to make things bigger, so just come quietly. Chen Shang said again. Understand, Li Xiangtian nodded. He also thinks that although Chen Shang possesses great strength, it is definitely not good for him to make a big mess in Infinite City. Now he was sure that Chen Shang came from Wanzhou Mountain. Li Xiangtian didn't understand Wanzhou Mountain, and regardless of the origin of Chen Shang, in his eyes, as long as he is a strong person, it is worth kneeling and licking. After Chen Shang settled the matter, he immediately put back the crystal bead soul food. As long as he stays here for a while, there will be no shortage of Jingzhu soul food, so it's okay to put it back for now. Li Xiangtian did not go to see the granary again, because he believed that Chen Shang would not embarrass him. Li Xiangtian casually found an excuse to ask the young master to withdraw the fleet. After finishing this matter, he would find someone to inquire about the situation of the city master's villa. It didn't take long for Li Xiangtian to grasp the movement in the city lord's villa, especially about the sword master and the others. At night, Li Xiangtian came to Chen Shang to report the situation. He was in Shen Zhang's room and wanted to talk to Shen Shang secretly. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4687, Disappearing Energy. Brother Shen, there are indeed a few people who came from Wanzhou Mountain to stay in the city lord's villa. Li Xiangtian frowned. It shouldn't be the case. People who come from Wanzhou Mountain can't enjoy this kind of courtesy. How do you say this? Chen Shang didn't understand. As long as you come from Wanzhou Mountain, you will have to be arrested and you will have to work here for a period of time before you can be free. Li Xiangtian said, Big Brother Shen, you are wanted because you escaped. This is the boundless city. Things that cannot be tolerated. So, there is collusion between Chengju Mountain Villa and Wanzhou Mountain. Chen Shang touched his nose, the water inside was too deep. Li Xiangtian probably guessed that the person who sent people from Wanzhou Mountain to arrest Chen Shang showed that Chen Shang was indeed a character in Wanzhou Mountain. Because Li Xiangtian had never heard of it, Wan Zhoushan actually sent people over in order to get people and cooperated with Wushan realm. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, Li Xiangtian would not believe it. I can't believe this kind of thing. What Yanjiu and Wanzhou Mountains are incompatible, how come they are cooperating together now? Li Xiangtian shook his head again and again. Is there a way to get into the city lord's villa? Chen Shang asked. I'm going to save people. Brother Shen, since Wanzhou Mountain has sent someone to chase you down, it must be prepared. The person sent is certainly not weak, and there is also a way to track you. Li Xiangtian said, if Big Brother Shen doesn't want to do this, if something is going on, it's best not to rush to the city lord's villa. What should I do then? Chen Shang asked. If Big Brother Shen wants to save people, I can arrange people to go in and see if there is a way to rescue the people you need. If I can do it here, then Big Brother Shen doesn't have to risk going. Li Xiangtian said. Well, you can try it first. Chen Shang nodded, but was a little worried. If the city lord finds something, will there be a problem? I don't want to make things big. I'll talk at that time. Li Xiangtian said. Anyway, the main thing is to save people right now. If it is really big, even if the Holy Lord is going out, I must be afraid of Big Brother Shen's strength, right? In Li Xiangtian's eyes, Chen Zhang's strength was far stronger than that of the heavenly sage, and he guessed that Chen Shang had to hide here because he escaped from Wanzhou Mountain. Maybe he was injured or something. Chen Shang just nodded and told him who he wanted to save. He described the appearance of Kalian and Chuangdao sages to Li Xiangtian, and he also secretly contacted Kalian, so he would send someone to contact her to prepare her and Chuangdao sages. In order to complete this matter, Li Xiangtian personally went out. He told Chen Shang, it will take at least several days to complete, please wait patiently. After Li Xiangtian set off, Chen Shang immediately began to refine crystal bead soul food. Brother, are you making any progress now? Sister Xiaojing asked, and she was also very concerned about Jingzhu soul food. Jingzhu soul food can be made into pill. Chen Shang said. As for what effect it will have, I am not sure yet. They feed the crystal bead soul food to mortals. After the mortal eats it, after the lifespan is exhausted, they will take away the mortal soul and integrate it into the golden crystal. Sister Xiaojing said, so, you refine it. When crystal bead soul food, you need to put in Jin Jing to refine it. Not only Jin Jing, but also creative power. Chen Shang said. I have a lot of red creative power, but they are not pure enough. Chen Shang thought for a while, planning to refine some pure creation power first. He didn't use the Jin Jing of Infinite City. He always felt that there was something wrong with the Jin Jing here, so he didn't dare to use it. He remembered that Jin Jingning in Infinite City suddenly showed a portrait of him and Xie Wuxin, indicating that Jin Jing is connected to each other. Chen Shang extracts a large number of blood crystals from the six-way magic mirror and refines them into golden powder, and then uses the golden powder to refine the red power to create a relatively pure world. The mortal souls fed by the crystal bead soul food can be used to fuse creation power, and can obtain very pure and high-quality creation power. Chen Shang has never seen this kind of creation power, so he does not know where it is good. After some tossing, Chen Shang finally refined the crystal bead soul food into a pill, which was also concentrated with a special soul energy. He put the crystal bead soul power and the purified creation power into the Aoshi God furnace for refining, and something strange happened. These two energies are attracted to each other, entangled with each other, and then merge with each other. Just when Chen Shang was secretly happy, but suddenly felt something was wrong. After the two energies were combined with each other, they gradually disappeared, no more, completely disappeared in the proud furnace. No matter how much Chen Shang tracked, he couldn't find a trace. What's the matter? Damn it, Chen Shang didn't believe in evil, so he tried again. This time, he did not use the Aoshi Shen furnace, but condensed a magic furnace out of thin air, so that he can observe more directly. The white crystal bead soul power and the golden pure creation power began to merge with each other. When they merged, Chen Shang could sense a strong glow of energy. But not long after the fusion, this energy suddenly disappeared. I don't know where it went. That's the case again, where did you go? Chen Shang frowned. Jing girl, did you just see space power just now? This must be a space jump, but that energy can't make a space jump at all. Brother, you do it again, I will use the power of space to seal the Aoshi Shenlu, to see how that energy escapes. Sister Xiaojing said. Chen Zhang's third attempt. This time, there are 6 divine mirrors to strengthen the space wall, and in the final stage of fusion, directly seal the space. However, it happened again. After the crystal bead soul power and the creation power after purification, after fusion, it immediately disappears, disappearing without knowing where to go. This time, the space seal was strengthened, but still so. Why is this? Chen Shang fell into deep thought. Sister Xiaojing only thinks it's evil, and she doesn't know why. Not long after, Chen Shang had a guess, saying, could it be that we have created a new and powerful creative power? This creative power is not recognized by the law of the heavenless realm, so it cannot exist. The realm of no sky. Brother, within the 6 gods' mirror, you are not bound by the law. Little Mirror said, you can do it in the 6 gods' mirror. Chen Shang made the 4th attempt. This time, the fusion was successful and he made a pill. And when he took out this pill, it immediately disappeared, confirming his guess. This kind of energy cannot exist in the realm of skylessness. Although he understood the reason for the disappearance, Chen Shang still wanted to know why the domain of Wushan would reject this kind of energy. Brother, your soul sea should also be unconstrained. Sister Xiaojing said. You can transfer this kind of pill to your soul sea and let the soul sea absorb it. After Chen Shang became proficient, it was not particularly difficult to refine this kind of pill, so he started immediately. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4688, The Mystery of the Source. Chen Shang was working in the 6 ways of divine mirror, and he quickly produced one. He also knew very well that it was refined so quickly that the energy contained in this pill was relatively thin, and it could not bring him a significant improvement. Brother, you still have to be more careful. Sister Xiaojing said. After all, this is an unknown energy. It will be a little dangerous to blend into your soul sea like this. I know, I will be careful. After Chen Shang sent the pill into his soul sea, he did not immediately disappear, indicating that his soul sea is a place that cannot be touched by the law and power of the skyless realm. Then he used his soul to refine that pill. It didn't take long before that pill was refined and absorbed by his soul. After the soul was absorbed, although Chen Shang did not feel a significant improvement, he suddenly felt more insight. This pill only brought a very weak power, but it was like seeing a gleam in the dark, so that Chen Shang suddenly found his way. Chen Shang had been thinking about how to create a law similar to the soul sea practice, so he also made various attempts, but ultimately to no avail. Now after he absorbed this pill, he suddenly felt that he had grasped something. Brother, what's wrong with you? Did you find anything? Sister Xiaojing also felt Chen Zhang's mood fluctuate. She was a little worried, because she also found this kind of energy special. Girl Jing, I know what the realm of no sky is. Chen Shang said. The realm of no sky is the universe heart palace of Wanzhou Mountain. Wanzhou Mountain is a super big universe, and it also has a cosmic heart. Huh, Sister Xiaojing said in surprise. How did you suddenly think of it? I entered the realm of skylessness before, and I found it very familiar here, but I can't tell what it feels like. Chen Shang said. It wasn't until just now, after I absorbed the energy of that pill in the soul sea, that I was sure. That kind of energy is unique to the universe heart palace. In other words, the energy of Jingzhu's soul food is very similar to the universe heart palace. Little Jing said. Yes, this cosmic heart palace has realized over the years a method that can purify foreign creative power. Chen Shang said, the source of creative power should be here. What's the matter with Wanzhou Mountain? Why let this place be independent? Sister Xiaojing was puzzled. There is only one reason, that is, the people in the heavenless territory are stronger than those in Wanzhou Mountain. So Wanzhou Mountain can't be defeated. Chen Shang said, it shows that people in the universe heart palace can indeed get stronger. Strength. Wanzhou Mountain and Wushan Realm follow 2 different roads. The soul of Wanzhou Mountain comes from killing, and the soul of Wushan Realm comes from the natural death of mortals. This may also cause the strength of Wanzhou Mountain to be inferior. The realm of no sky, said Sister Xiaojing. Girl Jing, Leonor's cosmic destiny, as well as her cosmic heart palace and cosmic primordial heart, may be here. Chen Shang said. The domain of the skyless should be a collection of many cosmic destiny and cosmic primordial heart. What? Why? Sister Xiaojing asked. Because the source of the power of creation is expanding. It takes a lot of cosmic fate and cosmic heart to suppress. More cosmic fate and cosmic heart are needed to strengthen the universe heart palace of Wanzhou Mountain. Chen Shang said. In that case, the realm of the skyless is the super large cosmic primordial heart of Wanzhou Mountain. Then, isn't it dangerous for you, brother, to be here? Sister Xiaojing suddenly worried. Brother, why don't we leave now? Wanzhou Mountain has too many secrets. Chen Shang shook his head and said, I want to confirm my guess. Brother, you are really amazing. You can analyze so many things just when you come into contact with a trace of that kind of energy. Sister Xiaojing said. I don't know why this happened. For a moment just now, I seemed to resonate with Wanzhou Mountain's cosmic primordial heart, and I slightly understood the law of the skyless realm. Chen Shang frowned and thought with a look on his face, and said, Wanzhou Mountain should be the most primitive and huge universe, and the birth of Wanzhou Mountain is the source of the power of creation. In such a place, humans and various creatures appear, it's normal too. But obviously, Wanzhou Mountain is going to get out of control. Little Mirror's sister suddenly worried. Brother, you said before that the source of creativity needs to be suppressed, right? If it can't be suppressed, isn't it out of control? Quote. This is all because of Wanzhou Mountain and Wushan Realm, they are reluctant to lead the creation power out. Chen Shang said. They suppressed the creation power and released it little by little, only making a few people stronger. This will ensure that they will always be a few strong people. If the power of creation is released, so many universes will surely have a large number of strong people born. Then they will not be the strongest group of people, there will be more people surpassing them, and they will not be able to control everything. Sister Xiaojing said. And beyond their most obvious potential is to possess the cosmic destiny. Chen Shang sneered, I don't know how many people with the cosmic destiny have been wiped out by them over the years. Brother, what are your plans next? Sister Xiaojing said. I want to use crystal bead soul food to refine more and higher quality pills. Chen Shang said. After I become stronger, I will release all the power of creation suppressed by Wanzhou Mountain. Doing this, will it affect Aoshi universe? Sister Xiaojing was a little worried. Girl Jing, do you know why there are so many universes inside Wanzhou Mountain? Chen Shang laughed. Why? Sister Xiaojing asked. As long as the powerful universe is inside Wanzhou Mountain, then the source of creation power cannot be transferred. Chen Shang said. If I release the source of creation power of Wanzhou Mountain, then the source of creation power, maybe it will be run to Aoshi universe. Ah, at that time, won't Aoshi universe have to take off? Sister Xiaojing said with excitement suddenly. It's not bad, but Wanzhou Mountain will definitely it. Chen Shang said, this is a test for us. I don't know how Aoshi universe is now. Sister Xiaojing suddenly missed Shen Yuanxin a little. Chen Shang is not an Aoshiu, she is the handle of Aoshiu, this little girl is cute, and she is still Chen Zhang's daughter. I believe Xiao Yuanxin, after we go back, we will definitely see a different and more powerful Aoshi universe. Chen Shang was very confident in Shen Yuanxin. Then we will work hard here to connect the source of the power of creation to the Aoshi universe. Sister Xiaojing smiled. No one knows Chen Zhang's sudden plan. If the top powerhouses of Wanzhou Mountain knew that Chen Shang could comprehend this level, then Chen Shang would definitely not survive for 3 hours. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4689, Zhu Yuan. What Chen Shang has to do next is to find the source of his creativity and figure out the situation of this source. He suddenly realized so much just now, it is very likely that the source of the power of creation is sending him a message. So his ultimate goal is to transfer the source of creative power to Aoshi universe. He doesn't know how to do it. You can only find the source of the power of creation, and there may be an answer there. He guessed that he just wanted to release the source of the power of creation, maybe he would connect to Aoshi universe by himself. In other words, what Chen Shang had to do at the time was to destroy the seal at the source of the suppression of Wanzhou Mountain and the Wushan realm. Brother, don't you need a lot of crystal bead soul food now? Sister Xiaojing said. How much do you need? I don't know, maybe more than a dozen warehouses are needed. Chen Shang said, I have to talk to Li Xiangtian at that time, and see if he can do anything to let me swallow the soul food of more than a dozen warehouses. Li Xiangtian must have a way. He is an expert in this area. As long as he is given enough benefits, he can do it even if he empties all the warehouses here. Brother, Li Xiangtian is really a man who can do it, and it depends on whether he can save Leonor and Chuangdao sages. Sister Xiaojing smiled. If he does a good job, then he should be rewarded and rewarded. That is for sure. What Chen Shang is most worried about now is Kalian and Chuangdao sages. If Li Xiangtian can rescue them smoothly, he is definitely a capable person. Although Xie Wuxin has the strength, he can't perform well in such a place. Zhang Xiaoshuai's strength is too weak, but he has good qualifications and can be cultivated well. Chen Shang can't use too much crystal bead soul food now, he has to discuss it with Li Xiangtian. Moreover, he is only guessing that he needs more than a dozen large warehouses of crystal bead soul food, maybe more by then. On the one hand, Chen Shang was used for cultivation, and on the other hand, it was used to build the practice rules of Aoshi universe, so there would be no shortage of crystal bead soul food. In the next few days, Chen Shang went further to study the creation power he cultivated. This kind of creation power cannot exist in Wanzhou Mountain, but after being absorbed by Chen Shang, it can exist in Chen Zhang's soul. It's called the power of the creation of the ancestors. Chen Shang thought for a while and gave a name. Brother, How can the power of the ancestors strengthen you? Soul or body? Sister Xiaojing asked. I don't know, I haven't felt it yet. Chen Shang shook his head. Although I can make a pill, the quality is too small. It won't help me to take a pill. He also wanted to figure out what it would enhance. When Chen Shang was in the room, he suddenly sensed the breath of Kalian coming from outside. Kalian was actually rescued by Li Xiangtian. No, why don't you have the breath of seniors? Chen Zhang's heart tightened, and he didn't sense the breath of a sage of creation. He immediately opened the door and went out, only to see Kalian and Li Xiangtian outside. Where is the senior? Chen Shang asked hurriedly. He left by himself. Kalian said, I don't know what the reason is. Senior suddenly realized something. After we escaped from the city lord villa, he left by himself. Let us not worry about him. Okay, he's fine. Chen Shang breathed a sigh of relief. What the Chuangdao sage is going to do must have his own plan. Big brother Shen, I have something to do, go out first. Li Xiangtian said to Chen Shang. Li Xiangtian, you did a good job. You have worked hard these days, take a good rest. Chen Shang nodded. After Li Xiangtian exited this small hall, Kalian quickly took Chen Zhang's hand, and then dragged him into the room. Chen Shang was a little confused. It's me, I'm Leonor. Kalian showed a playful smile, looking at Chen Shang affectionately, her tender eyes seemed to be a little bit charming and expectant. Chen Shang was a little surprised, because just now, this was the personality of Emperor Lian, how could it suddenly become the personality of Leonor? Chen Shang remembered that Leonor personality would only appear when Kalian was very weak. Seeing that it was Leonor personality, Chen Shang also hugged the beauty in his arms quickly, and then kissed affectionately. After kissing for a while, he rolled onto the bed. For many days, they worried about each other and looked forward to seeing each other. At this moment, they all unreservedly released their emotions. After Chen Shang and Kai Lian were so intoxicated, they began to exchange their experiences these days. Leonor, why did you pop out suddenly? Isn't it difficult for you to show up? He embraced the beauty and stroked her beautiful face. I'm different now. Kalian chuckled and said, Shen Lang, among the three personalities, the more I have the right to speak. Why? Chen Shang asked. Hee, it should be that they are also interesting to you. Kalian laughed and said, maybe they miss you very much, but they are too reserved and can't put down their body, so they pushed me out to be sweet to you. Quote. HMPH, you are very bad. Chen Shang squeezed her jade-like arm. Shen Lang, my cosmic destiny is here. Kalian suddenly said seriously, I can feel it, it's in the realm of skylessness. All cosmic fate? Chen Shang asked. Not all, only half are here. Kalian sat up from the bed, then took out her clothes and put them on. Chen Shang helped her comb her long soft hair and asked, where is the other half? Is it in Wanzhou Mountain? No, the other half is still falling in the forest south. Kalian said, someone went looking for it, it's Lu Munger and the others. How do you know they are looking for? Chen Shang frowned, he suddenly became a little worried. Among Lu Munger and the others, some of them were Kalian's clones. Don't worry, they are not my clones. Kalian seemed to see what Chen Shang was worried about at a glance, and then smiled softly, are you so afraid of me? Or are you worried about losing them? I'm afraid. Chen Shang kissed her cheek and said, are they okay now? There is no danger, right? It's all safe. Kalian said, among them, there are indeed women who are my clones. But don't worry, they are not the ones you know. Most of Lu Munger and the others are from very low-level spaces. The soul will not drift into a low-level space. So, in their team, is there a clone of you? Chen Shang said, how many are there? Lu Munger and the others met an ethnic group in the southern Fallen Forest. It was in that ethnic group that they received some women. Kalian said, like Chinger and the others in the Lost Soul race, I contacted the soul clone. Contact them. That's it. Chen Shang nodded. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4690, Different Ways. My cosmic destiny must have gone through a lot. I can feel it now, I am getting closer and closer to it. Kalian sighed softly, then leaned on Shen Zhang's chest and whispered, I just want to find my cosmic destiny, as for the Cosmic Heart Palace and the Cosmic Heart. I don't expect it. Cosmic Yuanxin can still count on. Chen Shang said, the Cosmic Heart Palace is very huge, and it is a space. It is very likely that it has been swallowed by the Universe Heart Palace of Wanzhou Mountain. It's not bad to be able to retrieve the Cosmic Heart. Kalian suddenly felt sad, and said, "For many years, I have always felt that I am not complete. It is very likely that my cosmic fate has been stripped away." Chen Shang also knew that Kalian's cosmic fate, cosmic heart palace, and cosmic primordial heart must have played a very crucial role in Wanzhou Mountain. That's why the Heavenly Mother's sacred desolation appeared, and the southern fallen forest became the window of Wanzhou Mountain to the outside world. The southern fallen forest is in the Heavenly Mother's sacred desolation, and the Heavenly Mother's sacred desolation is floating in the Aoshi universe. This is a space of several layers. It's a huge multi-space. In this way, Aoshi universe would not be able to perceive the huge threat of Wanzhou Mountain. The threat posed by the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness is not great. Even if Aoshi universe is aware of it, there will be no action, because under the self-protection rules of Aoshi universe, the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness is not a threat at all. This is the brilliance of Wanzhou Mountain, hidden in multiple dimensions, and then waiting for the opportunity to swallow the proud universe. After Chen Shang had absorbed the power of the Genesis ancestor before, he suddenly realized it. He has insight into the conspiracy of Wanzhou Mountain, so he must act, otherwise Aoshi universe will be swallowed by Wanzhou Mountain. Then at that time, Wanzhou Mountain will dig out the Aoshi universe heart palace and Shen Yuanxin from the Aoshi universe, and use them to suppress the seal of the origin of the creation. Leonor, did you learn anything from the sage of the Heavenly Mother before? Chen Shang asked. Learned a lot, such as cultivating Shanhai, such as absorbing pure creative power. Kalian said, I don't know if it's because I am special. After I absorbed the creative power, there was no such negative effect. How do you say? Shen Shang thought of Xie Wuxin. After Xie Wuxin absorbs the power of creation, he will be controlled by Wanzhou Mountain. Once he is far away from Wanzhou Mountain, he will be backlashed. I don't know, maybe it's because I have a cosmic destiny. Kalian said, in short, I don't know, and I absorb the power of creation very quickly, much faster than the predecessors of the creative sage. Your cosmic fate is in Wanzhou Mountain. Maybe the creation power flows out through your cosmic fate. Chen Shang guessed. So the creation power you absorb fits you very well. Senior has also had a very strange situation. According to his own guess, it was because you laid the foundation for him before that made him embark on a different path. Kalian said. I have laid a good foundation for him. Chen Shang didn't understand. Didn't you help him absorb the red creation power before? Help him purify the red creation power that invaded his body, and also help him absorb it. Kalian said, so you gave him a lot of help, which is equivalent to help him lay the foundation. He wants to take a different path. What's going on? Has he told you in detail? Chen Shang wanted to know what the Chuangdao sage was doing. Obviously he had already left the city lord's villa and was completely safe, so he didn't come to meet him, and then ran away by himself. He didn't talk to me in detail, only that he was called a sage of creation, and he should open up a new way of cultivation for himself, and said that he can find the answer here. Kalian said, so he left the city lord's villa. After that, he left in a hurry. I hope he can go smoothly. Chen Shang nodded and said, Senior, he has experienced a lot himself. He should understand what he is doing. Some things must be dealt with by himself in order to break through himself. After Kalian got dressed, Chen Shang hugged her again, and then kissed her. Kalian also embraced Chen Shang very tenderly, the two were very sweet and greasy. Not long after, Kalian suddenly tried to push Chen Shang away, but she tried and gave up. Chen Shang was keenly aware that something was wrong, and then let go of Kalian, looking at the somewhat cold and proud peerless beauty in front of him. The previous Kalian, when facing Chen Zhang's gentleness, can soften Chen Zhang's heart. The rice-like tenderness is like water, which fascinates Chen Shang. As for the Kalian in front of her, she had a look in her eyes, and the icy cold light from her, as if to freeze a person's heart. What lies ahead is the personality of Emperor Lian. This suddenly switched over and caught Chen Shang off guard. He could also feel that he was kissing another person just now. The other party resisted him a little, but catered to him a little, as if half pushing and half pushing. Why are you? Chen Shang curled his lips. It's me, Kalian snorted and said, suddenly something happened, so I switched over. In the face of danger, your lotus is still too tender. What is the danger? Chen Shang asked hurriedly. It should be safe here, right? The Sword Sage Master and the Heavenly Sage have chased them over, and I don't know what methods they used, knowing that we are here. Kalian said. These days, I have realized a secret method and secretly stayed with the sage. As long as she is close, I can feel it. Kalian has many methods. For example, she can contact her clone soul across space, which is very clever. So Chen Shang also believed her words. Of course, Chen Shang is not nervous, he has also broken through now, although Leonor spent the night with him last night, but did not notice that he has become very strong. By the way, how did you feel just now? Chen Shang quipped. Just now, Kalian, who had the personality of Emperor Lian, kissed him for a while after half pushing, and Chen Shang naturally asked how he felt just now. In my opinion, this is a very boring and meaningless behavior. If Leonor is not obsessed with you, I would not bother to waste time with you. Kai Lian said. Hey, she liked it when I kissed Leonor. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, no matter what, you are my Leonor. Kai Lian did not deny it. It was obvious that she also believed that she was Shen Zhang's Leonor, because when either the Heavenly Mother Sage or the Emperor Lian's personality appeared, Chen Shang called her Leonor. Li Xiangtian also sensed the danger, came to the door of Chen Zhang's room, and whispered, Big Brother Shen, there are two sages approaching. Their souls are extremely powerful and they are directed at us. There is also a soul that is very low. The power of heaven, that is the Lord of the borderless city, and I don't know if he will participate in the war. Li Xiangtian is very calm now, because there is Chen Shang, he is not afraid at all, in his eyes, Chen Shang is a very powerful existence. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4691, Infinite City Lord. The Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord flew from the sky. They looked at the large soul field and hundreds of huge granaries in front of them, and finally stopped their gazes in a small village. It should be there. The Sword Master pointed to the small mountain villa, and said, Sage Master Tianxian, although we know that people are there, we can't make much noise. Why not? Obviously the guys there took our people. The Sage Lord Tianxian is still very angry now, because the Sage of Creation and Kalian are both her subordinates, and Kalian is still the person of the universe's fate. Originally, she brought these two people over to use them to threaten Chen Shang to show up. As long as she catches Chen Shang, then she will be credited. However, this was destroyed by people who suddenly appeared. At first they thought it was Chen Shang, but after investigation, it was determined that it was Li Xiangtian in Xuanyan district. A middle-aged man wearing a black robe suddenly appeared behind the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord and the Sword Saint Lord. This person is the Boundless City Lord. That's the site of the Xuanyan Gate. The Xuanyan Gate Master is still quite strong, slightly stronger than me. If you want to move the Xuanyan Gate, you have to ask my Master Heavenly Sovereign first, said the Boundless City Lord. What he said was to warn the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord and the Sword Saint Lord, so that they don't mess around, don't make things big. Is there no way? Saint Lord Tianxian gritted his teeth. You can only rely on yourself. The Boundless City Lord said, what I can do is to provide you with convenience. I can't make a move. If the Holy Lord knows that I am involved, I will definitely die. The Lord of the borderless city spoke very seriously, just to make the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord and the Sword Saint Lord wait for a moment to make a move. If they fought hard here and were arrested, and after the investigation, it was discovered that he, the Lord of the borderless city, had responded, then the good days of the Lord of the borderless city would come to an end. So the Boundless City Lord followed, just to supervise the Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord. Li Xiangtian, how did you say they got here? Chen Shang asked. Maybe they found out that I have approached many times and investigated the City Lord's villa. Li Xiangtian reproached himself. It is all because of me being not cautious. Please forgive me, Brother Shen. It's okay. Chen Shang waved his hand, and then let Kalian enter the 6 magic mirrors. After Kalian entered, there would be no breath outside. If the Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord are not sure Kalian is here, then they can't do anything. Chen Shang had heard Zhang Xiaoshuai say before that the rules of Borderless City are still relatively strict. Chen Shang had already hid Xie Wuxin. Zhang Xiaoshuai was originally from here, so it's okay for him to stay here. Kalian was in the 6th Taoist mirror, gathering with Fang Qing and others, and Chen Shang felt relieved. I was worried about the method through which the Heavenly Sage Holy Lord would perceive Kalian. Big Brother Shen, how do you plan to respond? Li Xiangtian asked. The Lord of the Borderless City is here too, right? Chen Shang said. In the Borderless City, it's best not to make a big mess. In the city, everyone is tacitly observing the rules. Li Xiangtian nodded. If you fight in the city, a large number of soul fields and mortals will be destroyed. The Holy Lord will definitely show up. This is what the Lord of Infinite City is most worried about now. Although he and Wanzhou Mountain have benefit transfer, he is even more afraid of death. Li Xiangtian, you will meet them when you go out. Chen Shang thought for a while, and then told Li Xiangtian how to respond. After Li Xiangtian took notes, he went outside the small mountain villa. The Sword Saint Lord and the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord had also landed from the air at this moment, while the Boundless City Lord was hiding in the dark and did not show up. Li Xiangtian could sense that Li Xiangtian was nearby, and he also knew that this was a deliberate leak from the Lord of Borderless City, just to warn them and tell them not to mess around. Hand over people. After seeing Li Xiangtian, the Sword Saint Lord was very rude and yelled, even trying to grab Li Xiangtian by the collar. Li Xiangtian was very calm. Looking at the Sword Master, he sneered and said, "You are from Wanzhou Mountain. According to the rules of the Wushan realm, you will have to do at least a few hundred years of hard work to come from Wanzhou Mountain, and you are at ease now, are you not afraid of being caught?" Before the Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Master came over, the Supreme of Wanzhou Mountain had urged them to act low-key after they went to the realm of the Skyless. Hearing Li Xiangtian say this, Sword Saint Lord and Tianxian Saint Lord, they don't know what to say next. Infinite City Lord, if you are there, please listen clearly. Li Xiangtian whispered. You let 4 people run in from Wanzhou Mountain, and you secretly answer them. If you don't want this matter to be stabbed out by me, don't trouble me anymore. The Lord of Boundless City hidden in the dark just wanted to pinch Li Xiangtian to death at this moment. The Lord of the Borderless City didn't expect Li Xiangtian to know so much, because it is impossible for ordinary people to know such things. Heavenly Sage Saint Lord and Sword Saint Lord, they both have identity cards, and they have forged their origins. What's your purpose for arresting those 2 people? Infinite City Lord asked. He also didn't know the use of Kalian and Chuangdao sages, because in his opinion, the cultivation base was not high. They are very weak. They came from Wanzhou Mountain again. I learned this information and acted to arrest them immediately. Li Xiangtian smiled and said, with them in your hands, you are treating me, Lord Infinite City. At that time, you should be more polite, right? The Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Saint Lord had previously suspected that it was Chen Shang who asked Li Xiangtian to save people. But after they thought about it carefully, they were very confidential when they came to Boundless City, and it was impossible for Chen Shang to know this. People who can know this kind of thing are all intelligent spies in Boundless City. For example, Li Xiangtian, who makes them hate, is such a person. The Lord of Borderless City was very angry because he was pinched by Li Xiangtian. As long as Li Xiangtian has 2 people in his hands, and he throws them out at any time, he can definitely bring down his Boundless City Lord. I have long heard that the young sect master of the Xuanyan Gate has a very powerful old dog. When I saw it today, it really deserves its reputation. The Boundless City Lord said with yin and yang strange air. Lord Infinite City, how about we make a deal? Although Li Xiangtian was scolded by the other party, he didn't take it to heart. What kind of transaction? The Lord of Borderless City kept yelling in his heart. This time the loss was so great that he would definitely be blackmailed by the other party. Are you willing to hand over people? Sword Saint Master asked. In his opinion, it would be very cost-effective to take back Kalian and the sages of Chuangdao if he could pay a sufficient price. I won't hand over people. Li Xiangtian said. If you hand over people, I don't have the means to threaten Boundless City Lord. I will definitely die very ugly. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4692. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4693, Tracking Capable People. Go. Chen Shang smiled and said, this kind of pill is not too difficult to refine. If I have the opportunity, I will refine it for you. Thank you, Brother Shen. Li Xiangtian left immediately and continued to work on his affairs. Next, he would arrange for manpower to receive the Crystal Pearl Soul Food from the Lord of Boundless City. Chen Shang used the soul of the manager and his entourage to refine alchemy. The main reason for this effect was that the soul of the manager was not weak. You know, the strong here, such as the general manager, are also a kind of advanced soul. Their promotion is mainly based on the souls of those mortals. Mortals eat the crystal bead soul food, and after they die naturally, the soul cooperates with the creation power to refine the very pure creation power. Therefore, their souls can also be directly mixed with creation power to refine, which can refine very pure creation power. This is also why the Heavenly Sage Lord always thought about Xie Wuxin's soul before. In Wanzhou Mountain, if the competition fails, the final outcome is to be refined into a pill, as Xie Wuxin also said before. Chen Shang didn't know what was going on in the Wuxian realm, but he thought that those strong in the Wuxian realm might also be doing this kind of business secretly, but they did it very secretly. Brother, he didn't ask much when he got the pill. It seems that in the realm of skylessness, it is normal to use the soul of a strong man to refine the pill. Little Mirror said. Chen Shang still has dozens of these pills in his hand. If he eats all of them by himself, even if he eats all of them, the effect will not be particularly great, so he plans to keep them for rewards or to exchange crystal bead soul food. The Jingzhu soul food is more useful to him, because the Jingzhu soul food directly absorbs the ancestral source of the power of creation. Another point is that, like the soul that manages their souls, there are still impurities inside, and this kind of impurities is formed based on the law of the entire Wanzhou Mountain. If you mainly eat this kind of pill, you will be very dependent on Wanzhou Mountain in the future, and it will be difficult to leave the law of Wanzhou Mountain. Therefore, Chen Shang chose to use a large amount of crystal bead soul food to refine the purest power of creation ancestors. Chen Shang continued to make alchemy. He planned to try many times and get in touch with the Genesis ancestor to see if he could make more discoveries. Infinite City Master is in charge of such a large infinite city, and he usually collects a lot of taxes, and he has been a city owner for so many years, and he has accumulated a lot of wealth and resources in his hands. Many big forces have soul fields in Infinite City, so they all have a lot of profit contacts with the owner of Infinite City. The Lord of Boundary City has now been pitted with 2,000 warehouses of Jingzhu soul food. The loss is not particularly great for him, and he can accept it, but the mentality is very uncomfortable. If the person who pits him is stronger than him, that's fine, he also admits it, but it is Li Xiangtian who pits him, so he is extremely upset, and he can hardly swallow a breath in his heart. The Lord of Boundless City was furious in the villa, smashing several houses, and the Sword Sage Lord and the Heavenly Sage Lord were also a bit speechless. When he was on the road, he learned about the rules of the Heavenless Realm from the Lord of Borderless City, and he also knew that the Holy Lord of Heaven was very terrifying, and there was really no way he could do it. Boundless City Lord, I will definitely let the Superior compensate you for your loss. Sword Saint Lord said. At the moment, the top priority is to help us catch that person. That person is very important to us. Which person? Infinite City Master asked. In fact, he didn't know who Sword Saint Master came to arrest. Holy Lord Tianxian took out a portrait and handed it to the Lord of Infinite City. It's this person, said the Holy Master Tianxian. It's him. The Lord of Borderless City frowned. Then he came to a Jinjing table next to him, and he controlled the tabletop to show the portrait of two people. The portrait is from Chen Shang and Xie Wuxin. It's them, said the Heavenly Sage Lord. Boundless City Lord, have you seen them? Of course I've seen them. These two guys escaped. I wanted them for a while. Infinite City Lord said, do they have what you need? The Lord of Boundless City suddenly became a little curious. He had asked the Superior of Wanzhou Mountain before, but he didn't get the answer. We don't know either, the Supreme Lord sent us over to get people. Said the Sword Saint Master. You don't know that it's normal. The things these big people explain are endless, and we are responsible for doing it. The Lord of the Borderless City seemed to empathize. Yeah, Sword Saint Master sighed, moreover, these things are very difficult. Those big people often think these things are simple. The Sword Saint Lord and the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord thought it was more difficult to catch Chen Shang before. When they came to the realm of the sky, they found that this matter was far more difficult than they had imagined before. This guy is still in Boundless City. The owner of Boundless City said, I have been offering him a reward. If they disguise and disguise, it will be difficult to find them. The Sword Master shook his head and said, you have to use some superb tracking methods. Boundless City Lord, do you know a capable person who is good at tracking? If I know them, I don't have to issue a wanted order to offer them a reward. Infinite City Lord shook his head and said, this kind of talent is available to my master, but I can't move it. I want to invite such a capable person out of the mountain, for sure. It will cost a lot. What kind of price is needed? Sword Saint Master asked. Tell me, and then we will ask the Supreme Master again to see if we can cooperate. Well, that person is a friend of my master, and I am afraid that this incident will be exposed. If my master knew that I had colluded with Wanzhou Mountain, I would be miserable. The boundless city lord was a little embarrassed. Everyone is for the benefit. As long as there is enough benefit, your master's friend will definitely be willing to cooperate with us. Sword Saint Master said, this is a good thing for everyone. I'll give it a try. I'll test my master's friend. The Lord of Boundless City nodded, and then left. The Sword Saint Lord and Tianxian Saint Lord returned to their residence, and then took out a large disc, which is a sound transmission array. After they turned it on, they went to contact the superior of Wanzhou Mountain and reported the matter here to the superior. After listening to the Supreme Lord, he exhorted, you must remember, don't provoke the asterisk of heaven. Also, don't expose the storage artifact I gave you. Although you cannot install much, that storage artifact very precious. So little capacity, is it very precious? Sword Saint Master asked with some doubts. Your storage artifacts will no longer be usable after you go to the realm of heavenlessness. The storage artifacts that can be used there are very precious, said the Supreme. Also, no matter what happens, you don't expose me. I see, my lord. Sword Saint Master replied. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4694, Creation G. The Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Saint Lord talked about asking people to find Chen Shang. The capable person to be invited as the friend of Master Infinite City, that is, the friend of the Holy Lord. The problem now is that that person may not be willing to cooperate, and will also resist the cooperation between the Lord of the Border and Wanzhou Mountain. If that person exposes the matter, they can only return to Wanzhou Mountain. After hearing this, the superior did not immediately reply. Sword Saint Master and Tianxian Saint Master, looking at the sound transmission array, waited for a long time without hearing the reply from the superior, which made them a little anxious. The Supreme also knew very well that Chen Shang escaped into the realm of no sky and successfully escaped from the wanted in the borderless city. It means that it is difficult to find Chen Shang. Even if he finds it, he may not be able to win it. The Supreme still knows the boundless city very well. He previously thought that when Chen Shang and Xie Wuxin entered the realm of the sky, they would be left in the boundless city to work hard, and then he sent someone to find the main person in the boundless city. Unexpectedly, after Chen Shang and Xie Wuxin passed, they fled directly, completely beyond his expectation. Now that things have developed into this situation, the superior is also very troubled, and he has to take Chen Shang down and bring him back to Wanzhou Mountain. If that person agrees and cooperates with us to take down Chen Shang, I will give him a creation G, said the superior. Hearing the creation G, the Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Master were shocked, and then looked at each other. Their eyes could not hide their envy. It can be seen that the creation G is a very precious thing. After receiving the instructions from the superior, the Sword Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master also breathed a sigh of relief. At least it was convenient for them to find people. The Sword Lord and the Heavenly Sage Lord will immediately go to the Infinite City Lord. The Lord of the Borderless City was sending news to his master's friend just now, waiting for a reply. Infinite City Lord, if your master's friend is willing to help us find people, we can give him a creation G, said the Sword Saint Lord. A Genesis G bead. Infinite City Lord was in the room, and after hearing it, he pushed the door and rushed out. Is this true? The Lord of the Boundless City also knows the value of the creation G. Although it was not for him, if this is done, then his master's friend will get a creation G, which will bring us closer in the future. It's true, we don't need to lie to you. Sword Saint Master said. This is the promise of the Supreme. What the asterisk is there with the guy you are looking for? It makes you so willing to pay for it. After finishing speaking, he went back to the room and continued to pass on the news to his master's friend. Before he sent a message, he just said that he wanted to see the old man and asked some things, but they didn't answer. But this time, the Lord of Infinite City mentioned the creation G to the senior, and the other party immediately responded and promised to come to Infinite City as soon as possible. This reality. Infinite City Master sighed, then walked out of the house and told the Sword Saint Master of the progress. When that senior comes, you can talk to him directly. I won't be involved. There are some things that I don't know. The more you know, the faster you die. Infinite City Lord said. I will make arrangements first. Give Jingzhu soul food to that old dog. The Lord of the Borderless City felt very uncomfortable thinking of being pitted. The action of Boundless City Lord is very fast, and crystal bead soul food has been transported to the warehouse in Shuangyan District one after another. Those warehouses were all emptied by Chen Shang, and Li Xiongtian also arranged many big ships to transfer crystal bead soul food or something. Moreover, Li Xiongtian also rented many warehouses. He knew very well that Chen Shang had a huge storage artifact. If it were exposed, the consequences would be very serious. In just 7 days, the Lord of the Boundless City delivered 2,000 warehouses of crystal pearl soul food to Li Xiongtian. During this period, anyone could see many flying ships coming and going over the Xuanyan district. After the delivery, the Lord of Infinite City came to see Li Xiongtian again, in Li Xiongtian's villa. Chen Shang is here too, hidden in the room next to the hall. The delivery is over. According to the contract, I won't have any problems from now on. Everything ends here. I hope you don't mess up, and I remind you that during this period of time, there have been so many flying ships to deliver goods, and I can also find out that the ship was sent by me. Your master will definitely doubt it. You want to swallow it alone. It's not that easy with so many crystal beads soul food. The Lord of the Boundary City seemed to remind Li Xiongtian something. In his opinion, Li Xiongtian was very bold, and he dared to swallow such a large amount of crystal bead soul food with the young master behind his back. It was absolutely lifeless. This does not need to worry about the city lord. But thank you very much for the kind reminder. Li Xiongtian smiled and said, the city lord, although you will not tell the young sect lord, you must have many ways to let him know about this, so you remind me, it's just a fake reminder, and it's just to get rid of suspicion. You and I are not brainless people, I must all understand that it is impossible to deliver to you in such a short time without much movement. Infinite City Lord laughed, and said, so you can't blame me. You can actually hide it for me, but you didn't do it. Li Xiongtian said. Why should I hide it for you? You didn't say it again. Infinite City Lord smiled and said, anyway, your young master will definitely know about this, so please do it for yourself. Besides, I'll warn you, just be a dog, have the consciousness of being a dog, don't think about turning over and being a master. City Lord, no matter what, I thank you very much. Li Xiongtian smiled and said, so I will give you a gift. You're welcome. If my crystal bead soul food is given to your young sect master, it is not a loss, just take it as a friendship with him. Infinite City Master smiled. Yes, you plan to send it. What gift for me? At this time, Chen Shang walked out of the next room. He did not change his appearance but showed his true appearance. Seeing this handsome face, the Lord of Boundless City almost jumped up, and he immediately understood a lot of things. He is very likely to be shaded by this person. Brother Shen, I'll leave it to you. Li Xiongtian said. Li Xiongtian, an old man, called the young man Chen Shang as Big Brother Shen. Everyone knew what was going on. The impression of the Immortal City Lord of Chen Shang is deep, because the Sword Saint Lord and the others are willing to use a creation G to find clues to Chen Shang. In the eyes of the Lord of Boundless City, Chen Shang is a creation DZI. You're a wanted criminal, the Lord of Borderless City shouted, wanting to make a move, but he immediately gave up. He knew that this person was definitely not easy, otherwise the Supreme on the side of Wanzhou Mountain would not exchange a creation DZI for his whereabouts. Infinite City Lord, I also know that you let 4 people into Infinite City, knowing that you were in collusion with Wanzhou Mountain. The fellows who colluded with you are the Sword Sage Lord and the Heavenly Sage Lord. Chen Shang smiled and said, if you don't cooperate with me, I will poke the matter out. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4695, Interests First. Hearing Chen Zhang's threatening words, the Lord of the City was so angry that he smashed the table in the hall and roared, poke and poke, poke your uncle. You dogs, 1 or 2 of you are threatening me. Believe it or not, I'm fighting with you. I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you guys. Chen Shang still smiled, because he knew very well that the more fierce a person said, the more guilty he was in his heart. The Lord of Boundless City really didn't expect that he had just been pitted. He thought he could do a little calculation for Li Xiongtian, so that Li Xiongtian could not swallow 2,000 warehouses of crystal bead soul food, and he could still sell Xuanyunmen's young sect master a friendship. If it goes as smoothly as he planned before, then he can accept this result. After all, the 2,000 warehouse crystal bead soul food is not painful to him, and he just wants to feel more comfortable. Li Xiongtian can't get 2,000 crystal pearl soul food, he can feel at ease. But now, he just climbed out of the pit of Li Xiongtian, and fell into another pit. City Lord, I don't want too much, it's just 3,000 warehouses of crystal bead soul food. Chen Shang put up 3 fingers, then sat down with his legs cocked, and said with a smile. Seeing Chen Zhang's expression of squeezing himself to death, the Lord of Boundless City was so angry that he almost exploded on the spot. He couldn't wait to smash Chen Shang and Li Xiangtian with a palm. But he didn't dare. He was worried that both Chen Shang and Li Xiangtian would have a backhand. If he did something here, even if he killed people, then his collusion with Wanzhou Mountain would definitely leak out, and he would be finished. I have arranged for someone. If I die, the collusion between you and Wanzhou Mountain will definitely spread. Chen Shang said slowly, with a triumphant smile on his face. You deceived people so much. The Lord of Boundless City roared. In fact, he can also afford the crystal bead soul food of 3,000 warehouses. Although it is painful to him, the most important thing is that it is too annoying. City Lord, you wanted me before. So we are a bit conflicted. Chen Shang smiled. I hope that from now on we can write off a sum of money, and neither owe each other. Sanqiankang Jingzhu soul food, right? I'll give it to you. It depends on whether you have a chance to get it. Infinite City Lord sneered, because his elder who is very good at hunting down is coming soon. If the Sword Saint Master and the elders contacted that elder, they would soon be able to catch Chen Shang, maybe he wouldn't have to give it to him then. Chen Shang is very sensitive now, so he heard something from the words of the Lord of the Borderless City just now. The Sword Master came here to hunt me down. Chen Shang frowned and said, is he confident that he will take me? Humph. The Lord of Boundless City snorted. It seems that they have some method, they will find me soon. Chen Shang frowned slightly and said, City Lord, what do you know? Can you tell me? I don't know anything. I will give you 3,000 warehouse crystal pearl soul food, but it will take 10 days. The Boundless City Lord said. Do you want to know why they paid such a high price to bring me back to Wanzhou Mountain? Chen Shang suddenly smiled. I promise, if they really take me back, your master will know this in the future. If you are involved in the matter, then you will definitely die miserably. Infinite City Lord cursed an asterisk in his heart. He also immediately realized that if Chen Shang was really important, and he colluded with Wanzhou Mountain to bring people back, if his master knew in the future, he would indeed die very miserably and painfully. They definitely didn't tell you about it, and they decided that you would not come into contact with me, so they planned to hide you. Chen Shang smiled and said, they only gave you a small benefit, but let you bear your life. It's not as good as the risk of death, but they have gained a lot. After listening to this, the Lord of the Boundless City also cursed the Supreme of Wanzhou Mountain in his heart, and at the same time cursed the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master. Sword Saint Master and Tianxian Saint Master, 2 bastards, do you know the importance of you? Infinite City Master asked. Of course they know who I am, and they know how important I am. Ah, did they all say they don't know? Chen Shang laughed, they lied to you. The Lord of Boundless City naturally knows that Chen Shang is very important, otherwise he wouldn't exchange the creation G for Chen Zhang's whereabouts. Did you steal something from them? Infinite City Lord asked. This was just his guess. How about this? You sign a contract with me to ensure that things about me will not be revealed, and I will tell you how important I am to them. Chen Shang touched his nose and smiled. Please believe me, after you know how important I am, you will understand how miserable you are. Chen Shang has a cosmic fate, whether it is in Wanzhou Mountain or the realm of skylessness, that is very important. The Lord of Boundless City just wanted to figure out what price he might have to bear if Chen Shang was really taken back by the Sword Saint Lord, and the Heavenly Lord blamed him in the future. Chen Shang and the Lord of Infinite City signed a soul contract to ensure that the other party would not leak it. Li Xiangtian also withdrew from this hall. Although he was curious about the origin of Chen Shang, he knew that Chen Shang was terrible, so he didn't dare to know so much. I have a cosmic destiny. Chen Shang secretly communicated to the Lord of Infinite City. This sentence directly hit the owner of Infinite City into a blank space. Those who possess the fate of the universe are in the realm of heavenlessness. The Lord of Boundless City was completely stupid, and if that was the case, he would be too miserable to pit him on Wanzhou Mountain. If Chen Shang was taken back to Wanzhou Mountain by the Sword Saint Lord, and the Heavenly Lord knew about this in the future, the Lord of Boundless City would die very painful. Assholes, these assholes. The Lord of Infinite City kept scolding. What benefits did they give you to make you be responsible for receiving the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master? Chen Shang asked. Fart, they gave a fart. Although the Lord of Boundless City was talking angry words, he believed that compared with people like Chen Shang, the benefits he got was really a fart. They are about to find me? Chen Shang asked again. Guys from Wanzhou Mountain, there really isn't a good thing. Infinite City Lord cursed lowly. If they find me and take me back, you will be very troublesome. Chen Shang said. You want to eliminate the troubles forever, there is only one way, which is to kill the Sword Saint Lord and the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord. You, Infinite City Lord sneered. You want to kill someone with a knife? Yes, of course, you can also cooperate with me and lead them to a place, and then you can take them down and let me kill them. Chen Shang smiled and said, in fact, cooperation is for profit, you and me if you cooperate, the benefits will be even greater. What's the benefit? You have pitted my 2,000 warehouses of crystal pearl soul food, and now you want to pit me 3,000 warehouses. Infinite City Lord said coldly, is this a benefit? I don't have a good impression of you, I won't working with you. This is for you as a meeting gift. Chen Shang threw out a pill, which he had refined with the soul of the manager. After the Boundless City Lord caught it, he pinched the pill in his hand and felt that the pill was extraordinary. I did it, Chen Shang said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4696, 9 Profound Origin Pill. The Lord of Boundless City held this pill and carefully observed it, his heart became more and more uncomfortable. Because Chen Shang easily threw this pill to him, it shows that it is not important to Chen Shang. When the Sword Master came over, he used a very special box to protect a golden pill. The quality of that pill is almost the same as the one thrown by Chen Shang. Yes, the benefit that Boundless City Lord gets is such a pill. Then he was responsible for receiving the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master them. Do you have a lot of this kind of pill? After the Infinite City Lord calmed down, he began to consider how much benefit Chen Shang could bring to himself. Chen Shang has a cosmic fate, which shows that this person is extraordinary, and he has thoroughly experienced it now. Not much, but I can do it. Chen Shang said, a pill requires a soul. A soul of the level of the Sword Saint Lord will do. The material is the crystal bead soul food and the turbid creation power. Everyone knows the materials for refining this kind of pill, but not many people can make it, and even if it is made, the quality is difficult to guarantee. Do you know what kind of pill this is? Infinite City Lord asked. He suspected that Chen Shang didn't understand the value of this pill at all. To be honest, I don't know too much, because after I eat it, it doesn't seem to be of much help to my improvement. But, Li Xiangtian likes it. Chen Shang said. You really don't know, then how did you cultivate it? Who are you on earth? The Boundless City Lord was shocked. By the feeling, based on my experience in alchemy, I think it can be made like that, and then I can make it. Chen Shang spread out his hands and said, why, this kind of alchemy is very useful for you. This is called the 9 Profound Origin Pill, and there are not many people who can refine this pill. And every alchemist who can refine the 9 Profound Origin Pill has its own characteristics, I can tell it. Boundless the City Lord said. Really, on the Wanzhou Mountain, can there be alchemists who can refine the 9 Profound Origin Pills? Chen Shang asked. Their 9 Profound Origin Pills are easier to distinguish, and they are full of hostility. The Boundless City Master said. Their 9 Profound Origin Pills must be purified on our side to eat them, and their quality must drop by 30%. How is the quality of my 9 Profound Origin Pill? Chen Shang asked. The quality is very good. Infinite City Lord said. I can tell you the truth, the advantage given to me this time by the superior of Wanzhou Mountain is just such a 9 Profound Origin Pill. And the quality is not as good as yours. Quote. It seems that I have given you this pill, I seem to have lost it. Chen Shang smiled. Sanqiankang Jingzhu soul food, right. I will give it to you. Infinite City Lord said. You are here to wait for my news, I will cooperate with you to take down the Sword Sage Lord and the Tianxian Sage Lord. The Lord of Boundless City left after speaking, he is a very realistic person, whoever can bring him benefits, he will cooperate with him. Chen Shang can refine the 9 Profound Origin Pills, and the quality is still so high, as long as they can have a good relationship with Chen Shang, they will be able to have a steady stream of 9 Profound Origin Pills in the future. Although the Lord of the Boundless City didn't understand why Chen Shang didn't know that the 9 Profound Origin Pills could also be obtained, in his eyes, the people with the cosmic fate were awesome people. After the Lord of Borderless City left, Li Xiangtian came in immediately. Big Brother Shen, how are you talking? Li Xiangtian whispered. he is willing to give you 3,000 warehouses of crystal pearl soul food. Little Li, what is the value of the 9 profound origin pill? Chen Shang asked, have you heard of the 9 profound origin pill? Of course I know. A very precious thing. We plant a large amount of crystal bead soul food, and harvest a large number of souls after the natural death of human beings, in order to refine the 9 profound origin pills. Li Xiangtian said, this kind of pill, I am one. I haven't eaten any grains, I've never seen them. I have drunk 9 profound origin pill water. 9 profound origin danshui, what is this? Chen Shang asked. 9 profound origin pill is soaked in a kind of treated water. As long as we behave well, we can get a small bottle of this water. After drinking it, it will also be of great benefit to us. Li Xiangtian laughed at himself. I will give it. The young master has done so much work and only got a few bottles. How much is a 9 profound origin pill worth? Chen Shang asked, converted into crystal bead soul food. I don't know, I have only heard of a circulated price, probably worth 1,000 warehouses of crystal pearl soul food. Li Xiangtian said, of course, no one wants to change it. Xiao Li, the pill I gave you before is the 9 profound origin pill. Chen Shang said, I also gave the Boundless City Lord a pill just now. He said that it is the 9 profound origin pill, and the quality is still the best. What? Li Xiangtian was frightened and dumbfounded, then trembling hands took out the 9 profound origin pill, and took out a bowl of water to soak. What are you doing? Chen Shang asked. I'll try to see if it feels the same. Li Xiangtian was so excited. He was a little skeptical before, but he hadn't seen the 9 profound origin pill, so he was not sure. You eat it. The Lord of the Borderless City will help me rent a granary, and then fill up the crystal bead soul food. Chen Shang laughed. Li Xiangtian understood at once, if the Lord of Boundless City knew that Chen Shang could refine the 9 profound origin pill, as long as he was not stupid, he would definitely cooperate with Chen Shang. Thank you, Brother Shen, for giving the pill. Li Xiangtian hurriedly left, going to eat this pill for refining. Chen Shang had already obtained 2,000 warehouses of Jingzhu soul food, and there were 3,000 warehouses next, which was already very much for him. It turns out this is called 9 profound origin pill. Chen Shang was cultivated after joining the soul of the manager. If you don't add it, you can directly use the crystal bead soul food to purify and refine, and what comes out is the pill condensed by the power of the origin of the creation. The crystal bead soul food needed by the pill, as well as the gold crystal and the creation power, are all refined by Chen Shang multiple purifications. It can be said to be very pure, but it cannot be in the Wanzhou mountain, and will disappear by itself. Lose. After the city lord returned to the city lord's villa, he immediately contacted his senior and told him that he would not use it for the time being, because the cooperator regretted it. The senior was very upset, and even cursed a few words of Infinite City Lord. The Lord of the Borderless City knew very well that he had offended this senior, but he thought it didn't matter, because he strengthened Chen Shang. If he has a good relationship with Chen Shang, he can get the 9 profound origin pill. In his opinion, Chen Shang is much easier to communicate than the predecessor. The Lord of Boundless City called the Sword Master and Tianxian Saint Master to discuss in a small hall. That senior is not convenient to show up. If someone like him is caught, it will definitely be difficult. Infinite City Lord said. So he entrusted me to trade with you. The Lord of Boundless City intends to steal the Creation G and sell the Sword Sage Lord and the Heavenly Sage Lord to Chen Shang, and then make a lot of money. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4697, Uses of G Beads. The Sword Saint Master and the Tianxian Saint Master felt a little puzzled about this, and they all hoped to be able to directly trade with that senior, who is relatively strong and guaranteed. City Lord, can't you invite that senior out? We just want to talk about the details with him face to face. Sword Saint Master asked. He doesn't want to show up. The Lord of Infinite City shook his head and said, because this is a direct transaction with Wanzhou Mountain. If someone gets caught, he will be very troublesome. Look at me because I was caught by a dog. Grab the handle, so I can only swallow. Regarding this point, the Sword Saint Master and the Tianxian Saint Master can also understand, but they are not at ease. Then how are we going to trade? Sword Saint Master asked. The Creation G beads are not trivial, we need to have enough protection. I can sign an astral contract with you to help you find the person you are looking for. Infinite City Lord said. Because that senior cannot be involved, so I can only sign an astral contract with you in my name. If the soul contract is signed, the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master are more at ease. We need to communicate with the adults on Wanzhou Mountain. The Sword Saint Lord did not immediately reply. Yes, Infinite City Lord nodded. He is also a little nervous now, afraid of unsuccessful. And he was very excited in his heart. If he could really get the creation G, it would be a big profit. Although he took a big risk this time, he got a big reward. He thinks it's worth it. The Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Master returned to the room, and after setting up various barriers, they took out the sound transmission array. They contacted the superior of Wanzhou Mountain and explained the matter in detail. This is indeed the case in the domain of no sky. People with a certain status can't contact Wanzhou Mountain, so it is normal for him not to show up, so that no one can grasp his handle. Said. We can cooperate with Boundless City Lord, can't we? Sword Saint Lord asked. Then how do we trade with him and give him the creation G directly? Definitely, he is willing to do things for us. The Supreme Lord said, you ask him to arrange for you to return to Wanzhou Mountain to get the creation G. Since the Supreme Lord has agreed, the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master can only do the same. Under the arrangement of the Infinite City Lord, the Sword Saint Lord and the Tianxian Saint Lord quickly returned to Wanzhou Mountain, and after obtaining the creation G, they immediately came to the Infinite City. The Lord of Boundless City took a golden square box with Chuangshi Ji inside. He opened the box and saw a fist-sized golden bead, then closed it with satisfaction and put it in his precious storage artifact. The storage capacity of Infinite City Lord is relatively small, but it is also a very rare thing for him. Subsequently, he signed a soul contract with the Sword Lord and the Heavenly Sage Lord. I will help you find the person you are looking for within 10 days. Infinite City Lord said. You can just wait for the news here. According to the contract, I will only help you find someone, and I will not be responsible for helping you catch you, people. We know that as long as you find that guy, you don't need to take action. Sword Saint Master said, he and Tianxian Saint Master are very sure, as long as they meet Chen Shang, they will definitely be able to take Chen Shang. Seeing that they are so confident, the owner of Boundless City is a little confused, because in his opinion, Chen Shang must be very strong. Why are these two people so confident? Could it be that they have any powerful gadgets in their hands that can easily catch people? The Boundless City Lord couldn't let Chen Shang fall into their hands, so he was also a little worried about Chen Shang now. After leaving the Castle Lord's villa, the Boundless Castle Lord immediately went to find Chen Shang, and he quietly came to Li Xiangtian's small villa to meet Chen Shang. In Boundless City, he is not worried that someone will follow him. This is his site. The Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Lord are in the City Lord's villa, and he has sent people to stare at him. Master Shen, you said before that you want me to cooperate with you and let those two guys out and do it, right? Infinite City Lord asked. Chen Shang nodded. Are you absolutely sure to kill them? Infinite City Lord said. The two guys must have come prepared, they may have something terrible in their hands, specially used to deal with you. On the Wanzhou Mountain side, even the creation G was given, which shows that they did not hesitate to catch Chen Shang. After all, Chen Shang possessed a cosmic fate, and it was normal for Wanzhou Shen to be so willing. City Lord, what if you help? Can you easily kill them? Chen Shang smiled. I can't participate in this matter. If Wanzhou Mountain knows about it, they will expose me. Infinite City Lord hurriedly waved his hand. Did you get any benefits? Chen Shang said with a smile. You sell me to them, you can get benefits from it, and at the same time you can kill them and sell me a favor. It's no good, just 9 profound origin pills. The Lord of Boundless City didn't want Chen Shang to know that he had just received a creation G, and he was afraid of being missed by Chen Shang. City Lord, you are not sincere enough. Chen Shang used his heart to know the truth, and he knew at a glance that the Boundless City Master had lied. In other words, the benefits given to him by Wanzhou Mountain must be far greater than the 9 profound origin pills. City Lord, if we cooperate, we must be sincere to each other. Chen Shang said. The Lord of the Borderless City was hesitant to tell Chen Shang. He also knew that Chen Shang could bring him a lot of benefits. After all, Chen Shang could refine the 9 profound origin pill, and it was of very good quality. After weighing the pros and cons, the Lord of the Borderless City decided to tell Chen Shang. I got a creation DZI from their hands. Infinite City Lord whispered, and then explained how he practiced the other party's experience. The lord of the borderless city had been practiced by Chen Shang before, so now I want Chen Shang to know that he is not a vegetable. City lord, you are really a good strategy. Chen Shang smiled. But, what is the creation DZI? I've heard of it for the first time. You really don't know what the creation G is. The lord of Boundless City was very surprised. He thought Chen Shang knew it. Because in his eyes, Chen Shang should be an old monster who has lived for many years, and he shouldn't be ignorant of the creation G. I really don't know. Chen Shang waved his hand. Creation G beads. With this thing, you can cultivate a little bit of cosmic fate. Infinite City Lord said. Of course, you are a person with cosmic fate. You don't need this kind of stuff, but I need it. Ah, where did the creation G come from? Chen Shang asked. How did it come here? I don't know. Legend has it in the center of Wanzhou Mountain. Infinite City Lord shook his head. Anyway, the creation G is very precious to me. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4698, 4 Killers. Can I see it? Chen Shang was very curious about this, and it was indeed very precious to be able to cultivate a little bit of cosmic fate. The Lord of Boundless City was unwilling, because he knew that Chen Shang was not a fuel-efficient lamp, and was afraid that Chen Shang would hack his creation DZI on the spot. After a struggle, the Lord of Boundless City finally twisted and took out the box. He opened the box and held the bead firmly in his hand to prevent it from being snatched by Chen Shang. How could Chen Shang fail to see that the Lord of Borderless City was guarding him? He just thought it was very funny. This is the creation G bead. I don't see anything special. Chen Shang only saw a golden crystal bead, exuding golden light, without any special aura. This is the creation G. Infinite City Lord said. I have seen my master's one. It is exactly the same as this. But the light of my creation G is much dimmer than my master's. You really don't know how the creation G came from? Chen Shang asked again. I really don't know. Infinite City Lord shook his head. Then do you know how to absorb the energy of the creation G? How can I cultivate that little bit of cosmic fate? Chen Shang asked. I don't know, I will explore it myself. Infinite City Lord said. Shen Gongzi, I am very sincere to cooperate with you. I promised you that I will give you 3,000 warehouses of crystal bead soul food, and I will definitely give it to you. Quote. So, I hope you don't tell me about it. Infinite City Lord warned. If my master knows that I have it, he will definitely come over and it away. I will have nothing to do with him, I can only give it to him obediently. Can you touch me? I want to check it out. Chen Shang said. All right. The Lord of Boundless City gritted his teeth, then made up his mind and handed the creation G to Chen Shang. I won't take you away, what are you afraid of? Chen Shang couldn't help laughing. He took it and investigated it carefully, and soon discovered it, and then returned it to the Lord of Infinite City. The Lord of the Borderless City had just stared at Chen Shang with his eyes wide open, fearing that Chen Shang would secretly replace the Emperor of the world. Chen Shang was an old fox in his eyes, and he was afraid of being overcast by Chen Shang. As a result, after the creation of the G bead, the Lord of the Borderless City was also relieved a lot. It was a familiar aura, and it was certain that it had not been replaced. Master Shen, what did you find just now? The reason why the Boundless City Lord was willing to tell Chen Shang about the creation G was that he hoped that Chen Shang, the alchemist, could analyze something from it. The Boundless City Lord also had a little understanding of the creation G, and he didn't even know how to use it, and he couldn't tell the elders of the Heavenly Lord that if he fumbled for it himself, it would take him to find out. Chen Shang is a very clever alchemist, and the Lord of Boundless City can only pin his hopes on Chen Shang. I have discovered, but I can't confirm my thoughts. If it is the same as what I discovered, it is unlikely. Chen Shang said. What's the discovery? Hurry up and talk about it. Infinite City Lord hurriedly said. The creation G is made from gold crystals. A large amount of gold crystals are used to make a bead. Chen Shang spread out his hands and said, to be honest, I can also make exactly the same thing, but I need a lot of gold crystals, and a lot of gold crystals. Energy is good. Impossible. How can such a thing as Jin Jing make people cultivate a little bit of cosmic fate? Infinite City Lord shook his head. So I said it's impossible. Chen Shang also looked suspicious, and said, how the universe's fate was formed is still a mystery to this day. Master Shen, how about you try and see if you can make exactly the same? Infinite City Lord said, how many gold crystals do you need? I will provide you as much as possible. compressing a large number of gold crystals into a small bead. In this process, a lot of creative power will definitely be condensed. The creative power will be continuously compressed along with a large number of gold crystals, and the quality must be great. Chen Shang said. If the quality is very large, shouldn't it be very heavy? Why is it so light? Infinite City Lord doubted. There is only one possibility, that is, there are laws in the creation G. It is very heavy in itself, but based on its own laws, it appears very light in Wanzhou Mountain. Chen Shang said, maybe, it's true. You can cultivate a little bit of cosmic fate. Why don't you practice one? The Lord of the Borderless City hoped that Chen Shang could practice it. If Chen Shang could practice it, he would be invincible. I don't know how long it will take. Before I start, I have to kill the Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Lord. Chen Shang said. After I kill them, I can proceed with confidence. Chen Shang said before that he was not sure to get rid of them, so he needed help from the Lord of Borderless City. The Lord of the Borderless City didn't want to get involved, and couldn't leave any traces of the shot, so he was also very embarrassed. City Lord, you recommend a few masters to me, I will hire them with the 9 profound origin pills. Chen Shang laughed. I still have a few 9 profound origin pills in my hand. It's not a problem, the Lord of the Borderless City said. There are also some strong men who make extra money in the Borderless City. The Lord of the Boundless City didn't expect that Chen Shang would have so many 9 profound origin pills in his hands. With such a thing, it would be too easy to kill the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master. In this way, the Lord of Borderless City doesn't need to show up, he can secretly introduce Chen Shang. After the Lord of Boundary City left for a long time, 4 middle-aged men who had changed their tolerance came to look for Chen Shang. It is said that these are the 4 strongest killers in Infinite City. The Lord of Boundless City also called them here anonymously, and they didn't know that the Lord of the city helped them get business. In Boundless City, the city lord often does dark work anonymously, so he also knows these people. Chen Shang talked with them directly, and took out 4 high-quality 9 profound origin pills to sign a soul contract with them. These 4 middle-aged men were very strong, and when Chen Shang took out the 9 profound origin pill, they all stared intently. When they got it, they could feel the high quality. What surprised them was that they didn't know who made this pill. In the realm of No Sky, there are only so many alchemists who can refine the 9 profound origin pills. They have eaten many 9 profound origin pills from alchemists for so many years, and are very familiar with 9 profound origin pills of various auras. Although puzzled, they didn't ask much. They all knew that this time the sponsor was not small, so they didn't dare to ask more, so as not to provoke the other party's dissatisfaction. They all still thought about working with Chen Shang again in the future. The first shot is the high-quality 9 profound origin pill. Such a generous customer is very rare. In their eyes, this kind of high-quality 9 profound origin pills is equivalent to 2 medium and low-quality 9 profound origin pills, and the medium and low-quality 9 profound origin pills are the most common. I want to kill 2 people, their strength is equal to yours. They may have relatively strong things in their hands, and they need 4 big brothers to do their best. Chen Shang said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4699, Supreme Talisman. Chen Shang had also been in close contact with the Sword Saint Lord and the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord before. These 2 Saint Lords are indeed very strong, but the 4 major killers are not weak. What he is more worried about is that the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord has deadly things in their hands. After all, a Supreme of Wanzhou Mountain sent them over, and for this, they also paid precious things like the Creation G, so it is very likely that they have given them very powerful things. Please rest assured, this young man, since Dugyalong recommended us to come, then we must be satisfied with the young man, said a middle-aged man. Dugyalong is the code name for the Lord of the Borderless City to pick up the Black Life, and it is definitely not his real name. There are a lot of pickups, and sometimes you can encounter orders for the 9 profound origin pill, so the Lord of the Borders will pick up some from time to time. Try your luck. Good, Chen Shang nodded. The next step is to wait for the arrangement from the Lord of Borderless City. The Lord of the Borderless City came to Chen Shang secretly and designated a place for him. It is a remote mountain forest far from the center of Infinite City, which has not yet been cultivated into a soul field. Chen Shang hides here with the 4 killers, waiting for the Sword Master and the Heavenly Sage Master to come. He has agreed with the 4 killers that he doesn't need to take action when the time comes, and the 4 killers will settle it all. The Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Master waited for a few days at the city lord's villa, and finally received the news. The lord of the borderless city told them that he had tracked the location of Chen Shang, and then took out a map and pointed out the location to them. City Lord, are you letting us go by ourselves? Sword Saint Master frowned slightly. You have accepted our creation Ji. You have to do this to the end. Okay. The Chuangshi Ji was given to that senior, and I got a pill of 9 profound origin pill. I did all the bad things. Infinite City Lord complained, and said, it will take a long time to arrive. After the matter is completed, we will compensate you for the crystal bead soul food that was pitted. Said the Sword Saint Master. The Lord of Boundless City took the 2 holy masters and flew to the mountain forest hidden by Chen Shang. It really takes a long time to fly. They left at noon and arrived at night. In the dark night, the Lord of the Borderless City pointed to the mountain forest and said, probably the location is over there. Go and find it yourself. That area is still very large, how do we find it? Sword Saint Master was a little dissatisfied. Okay, I'll help you one last. The Lord of Boundless City took out a round black crystal and threw it to the mountain forest. What is it? Asked Tianxian Holy Master. Things that can explode. The round crystal suddenly exploded as soon as the Lord of the Borderless City finished speaking. Boom! The mountain forest was shrouded in bright red light, and the shock wave raised several mountains. Chen Shang and the 4 killers had already prepared, so the explosion did not affect them. They are here, Chen Shang whispered. At this time, the Lord of the Borderless City also ran far away. Chen Shang flew into the air with the 4 killers. Although it was night, the remnants of the explosion just now lit up the area. In the air, Chen Shang quickly saw the Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord. Chen Shang, Tianxian Holy Master shouted angrily. Asshole, don't you want to run? Sword Saint Master rushed over immediately. The Lord of the Borderless City just ran far away, did not leave directly, he was also watching the battlefield. He is very worried that something will happen to Chen Shang. To him, Chen Shang is extremely important. In his mind, even his master, God, is not as important as Chen Shang. Because his master could not refine a large number of 9 profound origin pills for him, but Chen Shang could. The 4 big killers attacked decisively, they fought 1 out of 2, and they were very ferocious. They immediately suppressed the Sword Saint Lord and the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord. The Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord were also very depressed. They didn't expect that it was not long before Chen Shang came to Boundless City to find such a strong man to be a bodyguard. They were really caught off guard. Especially the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord, she is not as strong as the Sword Saint Master. Facing 2 powerful assassins, she soon couldn't stand it, and was beaten all over her body. These 6 powerhouses fought fiercely, and all kinds of violent creativity burst out, illuminating the night sky in this area, and the movement was very loud. Chen Shang was already invisible, and he was holding 6 magic mirrors in his hand. Don't deceive people too much. After the Sword Saint Lord finished speaking, he saw a bright light in his hand and a talisman appeared. The strong light from this talisman shook the 2 assassins into the air. The Sword Master threw this talisman away, the talisman burned instantly, and then turned into a golden fierce beast, rushing towards the 2 assassins. This is the Supreme Talisman refined by the Supreme. Infinite City Lord frowned. It's not good, the Supreme Talisman is very strong, and the 4 killers may not be able to beat it. At this time, Chen Shang also quietly came to the side of the Lord of Infinite City. The Lord of the Borderless City was suspended in the air to watch the battle. He was attracted by the Supreme Talisman, but he did not find anyone approaching. Chen Shang patted him on the shoulder and asked, "What is the Supreme Talisman?" The Lord of Boundless City was frightened, and then became very nervous, and quickly transmitted a voice to Chen Shang. You go far, and you can't let the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master find that you are with me. What are you afraid of? They don't know that I am here. Chen Shang was already invisible, and he asked, "What is the Supreme Talisman?" Among the upper classes of Wanzhou Mountain, there are masters, masters, and masters. This represents their strength. Only those who are more powerful can refine the Supreme Talisman. Infinite City Lord transmitted to Chen Shang, and then hurriedly urged, "Go away." At this time, the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord also released the Supreme Talisman, which turned into a lightning-like sword, and he could attack the 2 powerful assassins. Your Master Heavenly Lord, how does it compare to the strength of the Supreme Lord? Chen Shang asked, and he also kept a distance from the Lord of the Borderless City. My master is also considered a supreme, but he doesn't want to be a supreme, so he has always been a holy lord. The boundless city lord said, in the realm of the sky, there are also a master, a supreme and a master. My master is considered one. A master with superior strength. So in the realm of Wushan, is there such a thing as supreme talisman? Do you have it? Chen Shang asked. I definitely have it, but I can't let it go. I will be recognized. The supreme talisman refined by my master has very obvious characteristics. The boundless city lord knew what Chen Shang was thinking. The four big killers did not expect that the person to be dealt with this time would be so powerful, so they would directly use the supreme talisman. What to do then? Chen Shang was also a little worried, because he must kill the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master. It depends on whether the foundation of the four big killers is strong enough. After finishing speaking, the Lord of the Boundless City urged, "You hurry up and stay away from me, don't come to me." Chen Shang could only fly farther, and was close to the battlefield where he was fighting fiercely. He had to look at the right time to take action. The four killers were directly pressed and beaten by two Supreme Talisman, which shocked Chen Shang, and the power of Supreme Talisman was too strong. Just when Chen Shang worried that the four killers would not be able to beat them, he saw that they had also released a Supreme Talisman and turned into four red wolves. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4700, by Ling Shangzhen. The four great assassins also have supreme charms, and they have no way to release them. After all, they took the job. If they don't try their best, then according to the signed soul contract, they can only return the 9 profound origin pill to Chen Shang. The Sword Sage Master and the Heavenly Sage cursed in their hearts. Although the quality of the 4 supreme charms of the other party was not very good, the quantity was enough to suppress 2 of them. Under this situation, they had to release the Supreme Talisman again. It seems that the Supreme of Wanzhou Mountain has indeed given them good things for them to use against Chen Shang. Without the protection of the 4 great assassins, the Sword Saint Master and the Heavenly Sage Saint Master would be able to take down Chen Shang with a Supreme Talisman each. And now, they can only release the remaining Supreme Charms, or else they can't beat the 4 killers. Chen Shang secretly communicated to a killer, "Brother, I'll wait to stop the woman, you seize the opportunity to give her a fatal blow." "Okay," the assassin replied. Chen Shang used the 6 magic mirrors to shoot out a beam of light, which instantly fell on the Heavenly Sage Lord. The Heavenly Sage Lord was taken aback, knowing that this was Chen Zhang's action. The assassin immediately rushed over and slashed at the Heavenly Sage Lord. Boom! Tianxian Saint Lord's body flashed with intense white light, and a white translucent shield appeared, blocking the deadly blow. It's a defensive Supreme Talisman. The assassin was surprised, but he continued to attack, trying to break the opponent's Supreme Talisman. Chen Shang also didn't expect that Heavenly Sage Saint Lord would have such a life-saving thing in him. As he had previously expected, it is really not that easy to kill the Sword Saint Lord and the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord. Although caught in a bitter battle, neither the Sword Master nor the Tianxian Saint Master doubted the Boundless City Master. They both thought that Chen Shang was too cunning, so they had long been wary of them. 4 eldest brothers, after everything is done, I will give you 1 more 9 profound origin pill. I hope you will take them down as soon as possible and don't let them run away. Chen Shang saw the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord and the Sword Saint Master falling into a bitter battle, and he was very likely to run away next. This is a rare opportunity, and they must not be allowed to run away. The 4 big killers are very strong, they are all anonymous, maybe they are some big people, they have the same status as the Lord of the Border, so they definitely have unique skills in their hands. Chen Zhang's sudden increase in weight also made the 4 killers full of energy, and then each released a Supreme Talisman. The Supreme Talisman this time all turned into blue tiger-shaped beasts, and under their control, they immediately suppressed the opposing Supreme Talisman. The Supreme Amulets of the Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord are the sword and the snake respectively, and now they can't beat the 8 Supreme Amulets that have turned into 4 wolves and 4 tigers. The Heavenly Sage Lord and the Sword Lord began to panic, and both flew decisively. However, they were besieged by 8 supreme charms, and surrounded by 4 powerful assassins, it was already very difficult to get out. Although they all had the Supreme Talisman on their bodies, under the fierce attack of the 8 Supreme Talisman, the energy of their Supreme Talisman was quickly consumed, and then they were besieged and severely injured. The process of the 4 major assassins beating them was also very tragic. The Sword Saint Lord could resist tenaciously at the beginning and made a lot of movement, but in the end he was seriously injured. The Sword Sage Master and the Heavenly Sage Master, who were severely injured, lay on the ground, their whole bodies wounded, and their soul sea was also very unstable. Chen Shang walked up with a smile, and said, "You two, don't come here without problems. Unexpectedly, I didn't expect that you still fell into my hands in the end." "Chen Shang, what are you going to do?" Sword Saint Master said with some fear. "Kill you guys." Chen Shang smiled. "You can't kill us." Tianxian Saint Lord sneered. "Yes." Chen Shang took out 6 divine mirrors and directly bombarded the sea of souls that sealed them, making them very painful, and let out a scream. The Heavenly Sage Lord hated Chen Shang. She recalled that when she saw Chen Shang, in her eyes she was a person who was not even qualified to speak, but now she was bullied by Chen Shang so much. "You want to use Kalian to blackmail me? Right." Chen Shang smiled and said, "She has been rescued by me." You, Holy Master Tianxian understood many things at once, and that Li Xiangtian was also Chen Zhang's person. "Don't talk about him, even these 4 guys can't kill us. If you want to kill the Holy Lord completely, it is impossible to do it without the strength of the Lord." The Sword Saint Lord calmly said, "As long as you can't kill us, then you will be over sooner or later." "You underestimate me." Chen Shang laughed, and then continued to illuminate the Sword Saint Master with the 6 magic mirrors. The Sword Saint Master let out a scream. He could feel that his multiple soul sea was collapsing little by little. Suddenly, a strong light flashed from the forehead of the Sword Saint Master, and a handsome and elegant man appeared. He was dressed in white clothes and white trousers, draped in a white robe, and he was holding a whisk in his hand, and his expression was leisurely and peaceful. "Chen Shang, they were sent by me. I am the Supreme Bai Ling of Wanzhou Mountain. Give me a face and let them go. I won't bother you again in the future," said Supreme Bai Ling. "Senior Bai Ling," Chen Shang frowned, "I don't know you." "Prince, Bai Ling is one of the 100 superiors. There are only 100 superiors in Wanzhou Mountain and Wushan Domain. He is one of them, ranking 30. A middle-aged killer whispered Road. At this time, the 4 killers were panicked to death. Unexpectedly it was the Supreme Bai Ling of Wanzhou Mountain next door. If they knew this was the case, they would not take this list. "I don't give you face. My grievance with them is not because you sent them to arrest me, but because I plan to kill them." After Chen Shang finished speaking, he increased his strength, and through the 6 divine mirrors, instantly smashed all the soul seas of the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord. Holy Lord Tianxian could not be said to be dead, but her consciousness was completely shattered. "You can't kill them," Senior Bai Ling said, "it's no good for you to treat them like this." Chen Shang really couldn't kill the Heavenly Sage Saint Lord, but this was enough for him to relieve his anger. "Go." Chen Shang suddenly came to the soul of the Sword Master, and the soul sea of the Sword Master was also completely shattered. "I have to say, you are indeed a little capable." Senior Bai Ling sighed. His virtual image did not dissipate because the Sword Saint Master's soul sea was shattered. "I'm very capable." Chen Shang smiled and said, "Sooner or later I will fight with you, and I will do the same to you then. Chen Shang, I promise you will not have a good life in the realm of heavenlessness. I have so many means. You don't even understand the strength of the Supreme Being. Just with your understanding of Wanzhou Mountain, you are confused." "It won't be long," Bai Ling said. "There will be a period later." Chen Shang collected the Sword Sage Master and the Tianxian Sage Master into the 6 divine mirrors and sealed them. "Then take out the 9 profound origin pill to the 4 killers. My son, you will be sad in the future." A assassin sighed. "Although it is the superior of Wanzhou Mountain who provokes him, it is enough for you to drink a pot. Do you like this sight? Donate here."